doesn't it?
Yeah.
And we're live.
We hope.
Yeah, boy, we had another one of those last minute. What could possibly go wrong before
Don't ask.
before we do this stream?
Don't ask.
Don't ask. Yes, don't ask. All right. Well, there you go. We have a new intro. If you're just arriving now, why are you hitting enter?
I was hoping that was going to pop up. I don't see
What
it
was
on
going to pop up?
your little message
What are you talking about?
down there. There.
Oh. Huh. I thought I sent it. Oh, okay.
I saw it stuck down there.
Well,
and
anyway,
I didn't know
I was
if
like,
hitting...
what are you hitting here? What are you doing? So yeah, I made a new intro. Hey, hey, Diane. Hola. Nice to see you here. And Chef Boy, yo, what's up? What is that?
That's my restless legs.
What kind of noise is coming out of your leg?
It was my sandals hitting the chair.
Oh my goodness.
Hey, Jesse.
Hi, Jesse. Yeah, we made up a new countdown intro. So if you got here just in time to see it.
We didn't have any.
Okay, I thought it was cute.
Yeah,
it was something different.
I thoroughly agree.
Something a little more personalized.
I can't take credit for creating.
Well, I got his opinion. I said, hey, come look at this. Which background do you like? This one, or this one?
All right, so I had some creative input.
Hey,
Yeah.
Should I put anything in these corners? Yeah, he helped. Your ideas are just as valuable as the execution.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So we're just going to say hello to everyone. Thank you for being here. I know we'll have some more people join us pretty soon.
We hope.
I think we will.
Well, I would think so. But
I think so too. And we finally hit 3,000 subscribers yesterday. It was actually up to 3,002, but there's always one or two that go up and down for a few days. But it was just like, wow, 3,000.
And that sort of got us. Although Ricky, it sort of got us as we saw that this was coming. We were like, "What are we going to do our live on?" And then it was like,
yeah. I'm going to get rid of that scroll for just a moment because we have other things that we want to talk about. And I'm like, why is that showing right now? So, yeah, we hit 3,000 subscribers, and it's about a year and a half ago, we finally hit 1,000.
Yeah, about 16 months ago. We're basically almost like half of the life of the channel because we've been around now for 30 months. So basically half and half. And, the first half, we didn't think we were ever going to reach 1,000 subscribers.
Oh, it took forever. Like whenever you're going to monetize a YouTube channel, they give you certain milestones you have to reach. And the one that you think is going to take the longest really isn't.
No.
what really is the longest tends to be subscribers.
Mhm.
And they require a minimum of 1,000 subscribers before you're monetized. Now, it's interesting to watch, as Mark mentioned, it snowballs.
Mhm.
And as you get more subscribers, the rate of the increase in numbers starts to go up.
Thank you, Rick.
Hey, thanks, Rick.
And
There's
aloha.
two Ricks. There's Ricky and Rick.
But yeah, I mean, what was really interesting is when we started this in 2022,
yeah.
we had like 4 subscribers when we went on and did and did the interview with Ernie on Retired Life Mexico No Bull. And I know we had 4 because Ernie was like, man, I wanted to be number 1. I was like, I'm sorry, my mom was number 1. Love you, Ernie, but mom's number 1. And so he's like, I'm okay. I'm number 5. And then after that interview, we saw a lot of you who have been around since that interview. I know, Cindy was around from that interview, Tom, Lisa.
It's a lot. It's hard to remember it all because there's so many.
I mean, but that jumped us about, I don't know, 50 or 60 subscribers off of that interview.
And we were excited.
And we were like, yes.
50.
Yes. And then when that ebb sort of, that peak was over and we went down the backside of the hill, and suddenly, we were doing 2, 3, 4, subscribers in a week. And we were like, we never going to get there.
Hi, Chris and Tom. Tom, I have to show this. This is funny. Notification on your video, for the video on your cell phone and desktop. That's so funny. Computer wins, big screen. I agree. I don't watch a lot of YouTube on my phone, although I have to admit the largest percentage of viewership is on a tablet or phone. And the next largest is TV.
TV. The people actually watch it on the TV.
Yes. The desktop computer is like at the bottom.
Yeah. I mean, I think the thing that blew us away when we suddenly started looking at the numbers and we went, wow, hold on. It's been 30 months and we're at 3,000.
Yeah.
That's 100 a month. And we went for months and months and months where we'd get 7, 8, 10, 6. And we're like, we are, and then fortunately, we did the interview with Mariana on
Mexico
Relocation Guide.
Yeah.
And that added like 300 and some odd subscribers. And we were suddenly like, wow, okay. And that occurred.
Hola, Lisa. Toronto. Right.
That occurred early in 2023. And a couple months later, we hit the 1,000 mark.
Yeah.
And, here we go, 16 months after, it took us 14 months to get to 1,000. And in 16 months, we've gone to 3,000. So
we gained 2,000 in 16.
All of you, because,
you.
This isn't us. This is all of you who are doing this. And
look, I'm going to gush just a little bit. Thank you. Best channel ever. All right. Thank you very, very much. I try really hard to make things look professional. And I can do that when it's like visual location type things where we're doing drone shots and stuff like that, and maybe doing voiceovers. It's really hard to make it look professional with us just sitting and talking, which we do in at least half of our videos at least.
We could do that, but it would require more equipment. And right now there ain't no space for any more equipment. So, hopefully when we do get finally settled and hunkered down someplace, then we can start going into multi-camera setups and things like that.
Greg, this is a really good point. Your lives will be perfect for playing during the commute home. Might get a lot of mobile that way.
Yeah.
And I think that's probably
especially
true.
if they're commuting from, I don't know, LA to San Francisco, we'll probably be with them for almost the whole trip.
I mean,
I'm joking.
mobile is the largest of the streaming platforms that we're seeing. So maybe that's got something to do with it, you know? Oh, goodness. Oh, it's in Espanol. Felicitaciones. I'm so sorry. I'm on Felicitaciones por sus 3,000 suscriptores. Saludos y abrazos de Oaxaca. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Gracias.
You got that?
Yeah.
All right.
I got that.
Well, now she's back in the swing because she went back to class.
I got back in class. Oh, Dave, thank you.
you.
Yes, we
We
do.
try.
We try to be honest and upfront about everything that we go through without making it clickbait, without being dramatic about it. Just what it is.
Yeah, I mean, we have conversations every once in a while. We go, you know, if we did something like this, and then the lure of the number of views is not strong enough for us to go, we're not compromising what we do.
No, we're not.
And that's just,
we're not going to go for the quick click stuff. And Niagara Falls, all the memories. Niagara Falls is one of my favorite places to go. I can't tell you how many times I've been there. A lot. So much, in fact, the last time I went to Niagara Falls, I couldn't find anything new to do, so I got a tattoo.
I've been there twice and still haven't gotten a tattoo.
But I have been there way more than
Yeah,
that.
I know.
I've been there a lot.
I know.
I used to live in the Pittsburgh region, and it was a reasonable day's drive to get there. So
Niagara Falls was we had for Myrtle Beach. I mean, that's basically, growing up in Charlotte.
In fact, I'm going to share this with you. When they still had Maple Leaf Village Mall, and Nightmares used to be located in Maple Leaf Village Mall, and I loved doing the Nightmares thing. They also had the Niagara Museum, and I think that thing was 4 stories, 4 levels, or something like that.
Is that where the casino is now?
The casino now is where Maple Leaf Village was.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Okay. The Niagara Museum was further down the street. I think it was 4 stories. It might have been 5. You had to go up the stairs or you could take the elevator. Each level had something. They had a mummy in that museum that it will never fade from my memory. It had red hair. And I always commented on how, wow, look at this mummy with the red hair. Do you know that Dr. Zahi Hawass verified that is one of the Ramses or something? And when the Niagara Museum got closed down, the mummy had been given, donated, bought by some other museum in the U.S., and he went to that museum and asked for them to give it back to Egypt, and they did. Fascinating, and I saw it.
I'm glad. Okay.
Okay, back to the topic.
Yeah. Just a brief tangent.
Sorry. No. Peppa, I get most views on mobile as well. Wow. I wonder why they did. Convenience? Sitting on a toilet?
I think a lot of it has to do with the age of the people who are doing it as well.
Sitting on a toilet?
No. No. The people who are viewing. I think the younger viewers are so used to using a phone for everything versus our generation that, the bigger is better when it comes to the screen size. That's all I'm saying.
That's kind of counter to what the data shows. I'll get to, when you look at our age groups, that's counter to what the data shows, though. But we'll get that later. Hey, Annie Beth.
Our girls are here.
Hey, and Arlene. Hey, amigas, we miss you guys. We'll be seeing you soon. Pretty soon.
Oh,
yes.
2.5 months.
Peppa. Okay. When I put something up different than what my viewers want, it flops. So I just do what they want. Okay. And we've learned.
Part of it is going, if you don't try something new,
I know.
question becomes, okay, could this work? And if so, if you don't try it, you don't know.
But what we do know is that anytime we do anything archaeological or historical or cultural, it bombs. And we're almost like, but we like those things. And we're there and we're recording it. Why wouldn't we share that?
I mean,
but it bombs.
One of our worst performing videos in all of Mexico is the Sumador Canyon one. And I think that was some of your best
Honestly,
work
I
that
think
you put together. And it's just like,
Sumadero Canyon did not do well. No, it did not. And the Father Hidalgo did not do well. And that's history.
Okay, that's history.
But the Sumadero Canyon did not do well. I think it's just because a lot of our viewership is English speaking, most of it. And maybe they're just not even familiar with what Sumadero Canyon is. And so they see what it is, and it's not enough to want to watch it, I guess. And that's all right.
And part of that could have been on us because of the title. I mean, maybe if we had called it the Mexican Grand Canyon.
Yeah, I don't know.
That may, but again, maybe a year from now, when it's had that one in Flounders and Flounders, we can maybe go in and change the thumbnail and go see if it livens it up.
Maybe change the title. I'm not sure, but in theory, it's not the Mexican Grand Canyon because that's over more west.
I understand, but
and Papa, we're seeing something similar.
Not quite that high.
It's not quite that high, but it is high.
But the reason I think you're getting that is because you do so many on resorts that people who are going, I'm going to visit this resort. They're only looking at it for a one-time shot on that. And so your audience is different than ours. So
yes,
that's
Tom. There you go. Tears for Fears. Shout, shout, get it all out. You Give Me Pale Shelter. Gosh, every song on that album is phenomenal. Was on Maid of the Mist in Niagara when I was 8. Okay. Well, my favorite Tears for Fears song is Moving Far, Getting Nowhere, the way you are. I'm just moving along. Hi, Anna.
Hola.
We watch on TV and mobiles, so we can comment. So maybe we're getting double. Let's see.
Hey, we're not going to object.
Love your last video. It was badass. You guys are lucky. Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Zippolite.
The Zippolite one just like boom. It just took off. It's over 2,000 views. It had over 1,000 views the first weekend.
No.
No?
No. It had over 1,000 views in the first 24 hours.
Did it? Oh, yes, it did. Yes, it did.
And something about that taboo part of it just, gets people going.
And yet you could see that video. Okay, there were a very, very few nude shots I tried to tastefully catch from behind. Otherwise, it was just beach.
She's a butt person.
I was just trying not to show.
I'm joking.
But it was just beach. It's just beach. And most of the people were wearing swimsuits. So it just boggles my mind why that video's done so well. Oh.
Because it's that taboo nature.
I guess. Time for a second channel. I don't know what I would do that channel on. I guess my art.
I can tell you right now.
What?
No, she doesn't have time for a second channel.
That is true. I do not have the time.
I'm
working on 2 videos this week. My Spanish classes start back up. There's a potential again for maybe another job opportunity.
They're not enough. I get half of my sleep in an empty bed before she even gets there.
Yeah,
sometimes more.
I don't get to bed till about 2 or 3, and sometimes I was up all night. But then I'm also asleep until 9, maybe 10. Let's see. Your Xena Catan video was amazing. Thank you. I actually lifted. I don't want to say lifted. I actually
borrowed.
I didn't borrow. I actually had permission, licensing to use some video shot by someone else in the actual community of Chamula on that one. Simply because Chamulans, well, they don't really like to be recorded or filmed, at least not from outsiders.
and
I
they
didn't.
sort of show it in their face.
Yeah,
It's
you could tell there's a different
totally
vibe there.
different vibe from Xena Katan to
And
Jamula.
I wanted to show the culture because the women there especially are very specifically dressed, and the men are too.
Mhm.
Some of them, not
Some of
all
them.
of them, but it's unique, and it's unique among most of the indigenous, even in the state of Chiapas. They are very uniquely dressed.
They're quickly identifiable as to where they come from.
I wanted so much to share that, but I didn't want to offend anyone. So
No.
I got some licensing on some Chamula videos that I found, and I was able to add that in. So that happens sometimes. Just watched another couple do the canyon last week. They got stuck in Mexico for an extra 28 days there. Really? They got stuck? Oh, wait. Did they get stuck because they had some road closure issues and things like that? Or were, I don't.
Well, it really would depend. If they were staying in San Cristobal de las Casas, that could be more of a possibility.
Yeah.
If you were staying in Tuxtla, I mean, it's just over to the airport. So I would venture to say they probably were in San Cristobal de las Casas.
So Iguazu Falls is absolutely phenomenal. Iguazu.
We didn't get there.
We
didn't get
get
to any
there.
of the falls up
We
there.
didn't get there. So.
But that was that amazing time when we got to San Cristobal. We were going to do this, and then the temperature was just so phenomenal that it just was like, okay, we're just going to chill.
I'm going to run a speed test real quick. We just had a rain go through, a short one. So,
Hola, Lambden.
Hola, Lambden. Hola, todos, right? So memory says you're clear on cell phone, but on a TV you're blurry today. Well, I don't know how that works between TV and cell phone. It looks like our up speed is a little slow. Down speed's coming at about 70. I just like to check because it fluctuates.
Oh God, does it fluctuate here?
It fluctuates everywhere we've been for the last 9 months.
That's
okay. It's getting a little better now. It's up to about a 9 or a 10 on the up.
Okay.
But I'm not really sure about it being blurry on the TV. It could be on our end. It could be on the TV's application end. I mean, I don't really know. Maybe on the phone it looks better because it's a smaller footprint.
Yeah, Lambden, that's just sort of a, we got to go with the journeyman.
Oh, here we go.
It's
Pat
like,
Paul. Pat Paul says we're coming across on a slow, less than 480p resolution and a very slow bit rate. I don't know any way to
address that
now that we're in here. It should not have been that way. Let me look at settings real quick. We're supposed to be on 720 at 30 frames a second.
Okay.
So that's what it says we're doing. I can't change it otherwise. That's the default, and that's where it's at. Standard is 48 at 30 frames a second. But I don't know. It actually says that we're on the higher rate. Yeah, of course it is. Thanks, Rick. Of course it is. Darn it. That's too bad because I'm all excited about this.
Thank you,
Lena. Thank you
and
very
thank
much.
all of you, because we wouldn't be here without all of you guys. That's just,
He says, there's no lag. There's just low resolution. Well, that just doesn't even make sense.
Well, we were having to fight the camera 3 minutes before
I know,
going
but
live.
it says right here.
I understand what it says. I'm just saying that, it actually has it on the screen here that we're at 720. I don't know how to address it. No, but it's okay. We'll live. Well, as long as we sound okay and you can hear us and we're not breaking up, I feel better. Yeah. I mean, I'd rather do that than doing the.
See, I know, but now I want to show these slides. It's like this. We're just going to jump into some. I wanted to share with you a little bit of data. Some of the milestones that we hit with this channel so far, thanks to you.
Yep.
So let's get to it. We have 22 playlists.
Mm-hmm.
And in those 22 playlists, we have over 50 videos just on residency preparation. It is the highest playlist that people watch.
Well, that's what we started the whole channel to do, was to create that part of it, to show people what could be done on that side.
And you know, the crazy thing is those are some of the worst quality videos we have ever done because we were new. I mean, they are embarrassingly
to
crappy.
say we were raw would be an understatement.
Yes, I mean, they're terrible, but you know, but that's the highest viewership. I mean, 27%, a quarter of the videos being watched are on that.
Well, you also have to look at it this way. They've also been around the longest. They've had the longest time to procure views. So that I think is going to change with time, but you know.
All right, cool. And one of the, I'll get to the numbers real quick too. This stuff is it's just kind of mind blowing. All right, we've had 3 videos, 3,000 subscribers, 350,000 views.
I think I was wrong. I gave you that number. I think it's like 315 or 320.
I didn't get those numbers from you.
Oh,
I got them from YouTube.
Okay. I thought you adjusted that one because of
No,
something
no,
I said.
no.
All right.
25,000 hours of watch time. That's incredible.
Yeah.
When a video averages about 30 minutes, my goodness. And whenever the amount of that video that's watched is about 25,000 hours of watch time.
It's a lot of time.
We have 50 videos that are over 1,000 views each.
And that's videos. That's not shorts.
Just videos.
That's long, as they call them, long format.
And how about that last number? 6,600 comments. This guy right here has responded to every one of them.
Well, not everyone. There's a few that you.
Most.
There's a couple of them that I have to you know, because if I did it, it would get screwed up. So I mean, it's when people are asking for links or something like that, and it suddenly is like.
When he needs a little help from me.
Man.
But honestly, he does most of those comment replies. So this right here.
And here's the other thing.
Okay, wait. Too late.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, the number one video.
That is the number one video. Now,
far and away.
42,000 views on that one video alone. It's short. It's sweet. That's why. And it was because it was the right topic at the right time.
Yeah, because it came out the day that the airport opened.
Timing is everything. That was the first and only viral video we've ever had. And I remember the first couple days, especially, you could go to Google and type in Tulum Airport, and that was the number one video that was displayed, which was just insane. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm about. I'm about to celebrate.
Okay, I'm going to move on. While he's got a really.
What? Soy Mexicano.
He says soy Mexicano. I'm like, and pour some for the homies. Oh my God. Okay. This next one's interesting.
Hey, Jose Luis, for you, my friend.
Crisis in South Dakota. These are videos that had over 10,000 views.
Average over 12,000 views. And both were quick. You know, I mean, the Tulum one, the airport one came to me because it was like, oh, this thing's about to open right here. Boom. Let's put this together. And literally, the notes for that were written on a Fruit Loops box. I tore the box apart and took a Sharpie and wrote it and then stuck it in front of the camera so I had all the information for the flights. This one was in response to another YouTuber that had issues because of their LLC in South Dakota. And suddenly the internet was starting to blow up over it. And it was like, hold on, we advocate, you know, using South Dakota because we use South Dakota.
Yep.
And so that was just a quick response. And again, that was basically, no, that was unscripted. That was just, here, put the camera down, go. She was working, and I just was like, boom, let's do this.
And done.
And
then the pharmacy one.
which will not take long. That's going to be past the crisis one. This one just keeps going. And it's one of those, it's the right topic because of the fact that people, whether they're traveling to Mexico, moving to Mexico, they want to know, all right, Mexican pharmacies, how does this work? How do we get all this? And so,
and it's amazing. We kind of tell people exactly how to find out how they can get their medications, and yet we still get questions. Do they sell this? Do they sell this? How can I get this? Do I need a prescription for this? Man, we don't know. We told you how to go and find out for yourself. We don't know, and we're not experts. We're never an expert on any of this. We're still new at a lot of these things, but this one really took off, and it had some good information in it because this was right around the time, or not too long after, there had been a sting on some pharmacies that were selling tainted and bogus meds. Yeah,
timing is everything.
Yeah. And then this has nothing to do with Mexico. This one just keeps growing and growing all the time.
This one, ever since it was the first one we had to hit 1,000 views, because this was out before the pets one.
Yeah,
this was the first one to hit 1,000, and this one to this day gets anywhere from 15 to 30 views a month. And it's just
all
like
the time. They call that evergreen content.
Yep. They just, people who are going to go vacation to Thompson Island. Oh, here's the YouTube video. Boom. And
now people, what location are people seemingly most interested in? Honestly, San Luis Potosí is our highest video.
Single video on a location. Yeah.
Yeah. This one, it's going to be 10,000 views I don't know, probably in a few months. It's getting there.
Yeah, it's in the high 8s right now.
And then our biggest residency style type video, honestly, was our 2023 cost of living budget review. Those are the biggest videos for us, and it's been fun analyzing data and finding out who's watching and why. Let's turn this one off now. Go back to the chats here. Let's see. I know I missed a whole bunch. No. I'm so sorry. I'm trying to get
Oaxaca.
I'm going
Dennis.
to Oaxaca.
There you go.
Dennis. What do you think of the city of Oaxaca? I like the temperature here. It's nice. It can get into the 80s in the day. It's rainy season, so it does rain
every day.
Pretty hard every afternoon, briefly.
Or evening. It seems like it's either at between 4 and 5, or it waits until between 9 and 10. I mean,
the mosquitoes are high right now in the area, and we're actually battling some larvae that's in a water feature in the yard that I'm trying to suffocate. But we really haven't been hit too bad by some bites. I think that we've kept them at bay with some DEET spray and some coils that we burn. The city itself, let's see. I had the best mole negro that I have ever had in my life just a few days ago.
At the local little mercado.
Absolutely the best. I loved it so much. We have a bakery across the street. We can smell them baking bread every evening and every night. And we have to go pay them a visit.
Through the night.
Yes.
I mean, get up and go to the bathroom at 2:30, and it's like, oh, man.
I have the smell of chocolate in the air at times. There is a place very close to us that specializes in chocolate.
Right across the street.
Yep.
The
neighborhoods, there's murals everywhere. There's everywhere. It's not like, sometimes you go to places like, for example, in San Miguel de Allende, there are certain areas of the community that are especially well known for their mural art. What I'm seeing in Oaxaca City is that murals are everywhere.
Yeah.
Everywhere. And they're just beautiful. The people have been friendly. We did go into Centro for a walk. Centro was much smaller than I thought it would be.
And they're undergoing a 5 billion peso renovation in Centro. And so like the Zocalo, the whole Zocalo is inaccessible at this time. They got boards on and everything else.
So that made it look smaller, probably.
Well, it made it look smaller, and it forces all the people out.
Yeah.
And so you've got more people in a smaller place. And so it was sort of like, some great sculpture.
Oh, I was just going to say the art. Oh my goodness. There was some fantastic sculpture down there, right outside of a church.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, I don't know the name of the church yet, but that church was different than any church I've seen in Mexico. A lot of the times these churches are often very Baroque style or very missionary style. This thing is Gothic. I don't even know how, typically you've got like in the shape of a cross with a really long part, and you got the chapels on the sides, and everything in the middle is pews. And you can walk down the middle. Not in this church. The center is raised, and everything is around it. And there are chapels, several to the side, several, boom, boom, boom. And it's really thick block. Like, I don't know how else to say it. It reminds me of a very Gothic style building.
Yeah, the 1400s where they put heavy bricks up there.
So the church is beautiful.
There have been a few places where there has been some graffiti of anti-gringo.
I didn't notice them, but I wasn't looking for them.
No, and that I saw when I went and got the laundry. But you're going to have differing opinions, and you've always got that. So
we need to do more walks around Centro. We the first 2 weeks we were here, we were recovering from the move, and I was still recovering from not feeling well. And then this past week has been sort of a me working on videos. Spanish class started back up. I don't know what else. We did go to Mercado Benito Juarez. It's huge. Mm-hmm. It's huge. But I have to say, there wasn't as much food in there as I thought there would be. I specifically wanted to go into the Mercado to buy some things. I was looking for spices, because we have gotten to the point now where we're starting to try to make our Americanized type foods here because we can't buy them. So I was looking for specific spices to make certain things. And we did find some spices. We just didn't find, I was looking for mustard powder, which I may have to order online.
I wonder if we should wipe the camera
Well, it said it's fine on the phone.
I know. I'm just saying we're way out of focus. I just was wondering if
why are we out of focus? We look all right here.
I can see it. I can see.
Yeah, we look blurry. Fine. I'm going to clean the camera just in case. I mean, we're in focus here. I don't know. I don't know. When I see the playback, though, if it looks like crap, I'm going to turn in a ticket to Restream for support and find out why. In fact, you know what? I'm going to take a screenshot right now of this screen so that I can prove to them that we have 720p right here, even though it's apparently not streaming at that level. So anyway, we got a lot more exploring to do with Oaxaca. We really haven't left our barrio too much. And we need to...
Well, and there was another reason.
What?
We had one of our subscribers graciously gifted us the VCTV box.
That's got nothing to do with me, though.
Well, I'm just saying, while you're back here doing this,
I'm working. That's, I mean, but us going out.
No, but that's the real deal. Yeah. It's strong.
Mark is a completionist. You're a completionist. I'm not really sure what that's referring to.
Thank you. I'm sitting here going.
I'm sorry. I don't remember what that's referring to. So thank you, Rana. Okay. Oh, and Sammy, thank you from South Carolina near Charlotte. Where in South Carolina, Sammy?
Well, if near Charlotte, that could be Rock Hill, York, Pageland, Lancaster.
Yeah.
Well,
And,
as they said, Lancaster.
oh God, cheers, woohoo. There'll be plenty of that soon, Arlene.
Yes.
Jack, I'll stop by for some quips and puns later. Okay. And I don't know, way out of focus. Gina, focus your camera. What? Honestly, we're in focus. I don't know if we're still out of focus for you guys.
I can see a little blurriness, so.
But we're in focus. We're in focus. Yeah, I don't know. Okay. My one video with 100,000 views got a boost by being linked in a Mexico online newspaper. That's amazing. We could only be so lucky.
Oh.
Hola, Alfredo. Oh, Lisa, you are not late, and thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And thank all of you, because
Yes.
y'all are the 3,000, not us. I mean, y'all made this all happen.
Okay. Are the trees in Oaxaca Zocalo staying? They're phenomenal.
Yes.
Are they, though?
Yeah, I think they were, well, we walked through it or around it because we couldn't really walk through it. There was concrete dust and stuff coming up, and it looked like they're doing something as far as working with maybe changing the pavement and adding some things. But yeah, I mean, they're doing 5 billion peso job in the downtown area of Oaxaca. So it's a big job.
Okay. I tried something just now. Let me know if it's improved.
Looks better for me.
Huh?
Looks better on there for me.
Okay.
Just my perspective.
I think it's the.
No, it's not that. I spent a lifetime in the photo industry. I know when something's soft. I mean.
Well, what I did is I disconnected my cloud, so it's not syncing. I don't know. Okay, Tom. All right. On a serious note, make sure to put sunscreen on your ears. Oh no, they took a biopsy off your ear. Oh gosh. Well, my ears are covered, so.
My ears have not been covered in, I don't know, 45 years.
Mustard powder on the list for me to bring down. Yes. It was hard for me. I haven't been able to find it. I thought about maybe ordering it. So basically what I was trying to do that I need mustard powdered for is I was trying to make an alternative to Miracle Whip.
That solved it.
Oh, good. So I turned off the sync for the cloud. Yeah, I wanted to make Miracle Whip, and you can't find Miracle Whip.
No.
You could go to an HEB, which is so gringo, and you won't find it there either. You might find it at a Costco, maybe, but then you'll be buying a ton of it. But you won't find it at Walmart. I mean, unless you go to an imported section, and still we haven't found it yet. So I found some recipes on how to zip up some mayonnaise so it tastes like Miracle Whip. Mustard powder is in it. And
so we
I just put
a shot of mustard in there, and it was orange. But it worked great in the potato salad.
Okay. It was about you responding to the 6,600 comments. 6,600.
66,000 or 6,600, whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, well, if my take on that is, if you're going to take the time to write to us, it is only common courtesy.
Absolutely.
To reply.
And we knew, and eventually there may come a time where it's really hard and almost impossible to do it, and it becomes a daily job. But you know what? He's retired. What else is he doing? Watching VCTV.
Well, yeah, but now that I've found I've got Sons of Anarchy and Mad Men, and I got all my Braves, and I mean, folks, that is the way to go. I mean, when we set it up, she was just like, going in there.
Okay.
I can't get rid of Netflix because Netflix isn't on here. Then she started looking for the shows.
I was installing apps for the streaming services, and I still had to sign in on the apps, which tells me I can't get rid of the apps. But then I started going through their specific channel groupings that they had, and I found every single show that I watch on those apps. So I don't need the apps. So guess what I did yesterday? Disney, Hulu, ESPN, Paramount Plus, Curiosity Stream, Peacock, Criterion.
Yeah.
I know I'm missing something.
Whatever.
But Netflix. All gone.
I mean, when we opened up just the video on demand in Disney Channel, and there were 13,000 movies.
Oh Lord.
Movies. I mean, we're talking, some of my favorites are there. I mean, the original Jungle Book from what was that, 64, 65, and it was with Louis Prima and Mary Poppins.
Yes.
And I mean, we're just going, wow.
Well, look, guys, here are some of the movies I found. These are movies that nobody but a diehard would ever want to watch. It's true.
It's very true.
Horror Express with Telly Savalas, Christopher Lee, and
don't ask me. That's not my genre.
Who are the two British guys? Christopher Lee and the other one.
Peter Cushing.
Horror Express from the early 1970s. It's like a spaghetti western on a Siberian trans train. Okay. The Apple, guys. The Apple. If you guys don't know what that is, it's a horribly bad musical, but it's got a soft spot in my heart.
I mean, the list goes on and on and on.
The Legacy with Roger Daltrey. Litztomania with Roger Daltrey.
and if you are a sports fan, you will not miss a thing, including pay-per-view for free. And it's V as in Victor, SEE TV, and the one that Rick so graciously sent to us was the Pro Box 3.
Thank you so much, Rick.
And it was a quick boom boom setup, and it was just mind blowing as to suddenly going, holy what?
Yeah. I mean, I've already favorited some shows I want to go back and watch. Don't laugh at me. Kolchak, The Night Stalker. I'm going to go back and watch that shit. Oh my gosh, Space 1999. I'm going to watch that.
then it has a whole section of 24/7.
Oh Lord, yes.
They just run all the episodes continue, and we're talking, The Sopranos, The Simpsons, South Park, Mary Tyler Moore, Taxi, X-Files, Friends, Seinfeld.
The lists are going.
Yeah.
I went through each genre under one of the 2 or 3 special channels they have. I went through each genre, and it loaded 1,000 movies for each genre. And I just went down through them and said, oh yeah, favorite this one. We were favoriting things so we can find them later, because it's just that hard to find stuff. So.
And when you get it, they actually put this itty bitty little keyboard in there, and you go, I'll never really use it. You'll find that because there is so much content that you're searching, and that keyboard makes so much sense when you're trying to type.
Hey Diana, I love Tears for Fears, and this is special because I went to their Tipping Point tour, and I had front row center and the VIP sound check and the swag and everything, and it was one of the best concerts I've ever been to. So Wilfredo, wait, let me go back here. Wilfredo, it's not, well, if you like Midnight Express, no, horror Horror Express. This is about an alien living inside of an ancient primate that sucks the memories from your brain. Totally B horror flick stuff. It might even be C or D horror flick. Space 1999. I loved that show when I was a kid. Yes, the original Star Trek.
Yes.
I've got that. I got all the Star Treks except for the one that had Scott Bakula in it. I don't like that one. So, Soap. We should look for Soap.
It's there.
Oh, we should watch
this
that.
This is the story
Yes.
of the Campbells and the Tates.
Yes.
Yes.
We should watch that from the beginning.
You know,
I'm invisible. You can't see me. 24/7 channels, no commercials.
Correct.
Love it.
I mean, yeah, I can watch an episode of The Sopranos, and it was one of those where doing something, and I was like, I'm just going to throw The Sopranos on there, and suddenly I'm going, I forgot how good this show really was.
Oh, it was excellent.
And, you know,
it made me subscribe to HBO.
Now I'm going to have
how good
to.
It was.
I mean, the 24/7 is great, but for something like Sopranos, where it's serial, you really need to start at the beginning. And so, now I got a favorite. I've got to find that and put it in the favorite so I can start back at the beginning to go.
Absolutely.
X-Men, I can go with the, Mad Men, Sons of Anarchy, and Sopranos.
Okay, Fernwood Tonight with Martin Mull. I don't know that.
That was after Mary Hartman.
Okay.
Mary Hartman.
Okay. And yes, Alfredo, I do remember Ultraman. And I'm one of the few people, I have never run into people who ever know what that is. Only a handful of people will ever go, you remember Ultraman? I'm like, yes, I do. I do remember Ultraman.
Well, yeah, you married him. Oh, no, that's Macho
Do
Man.
you know who Ultraman is?
No.
See? And he's older than me and he should know. No. It's a Japanese.
No,
okay.
Yeah.
MASH always.
Yes.
I
honestly think that there may have been, and being the age I am growing up, it was on TV and we watched it all. It's one of those shows that I honestly could say, I think there was maybe 3 episodes that I didn't care for out of the entire series, which ran 3.5 times longer than the actual war that it was covering.
I'm going to get a link. This one, right?
Yes.
All right. And we're talking about something called it's VC. It's called VC. I'll put that at the bottom.
And I'll give you a hint. My mom was so happy to be able to get rid of YouTube TV that was costing her $100-some a month because she was waiting for us to get it. And as soon as we got it and I got it installed, her first question was, can I watch CBS, TBS, TNT, and True TV? What do those 4 have in common?
Yep.
Those are where you watch the NCAA Final Four or the March Madness. So, and she was like, if I can watch that, boom, get rid of the rest of it.
I noticed that the link I gave for VCTV actually says that product is out of stock, but I'm sure that there's other people you can purchase it from, or there's other levels, like there's a Pro 2, and they got a new one now. They have a
3 is the new one.
I think there is a website. There's a new one that's above that, though.
Whatever.
Here, I got it. Hold on. Sorry, guys. I got an actual website. So you can actually see. I'll put it in the links here. And I'll highlight it. So I put it in the comments. That's their regular website.
That's their regular one. And there are thousands and thousands of channels. It's just, I mean, and she was blown away because when she came back there after I got set up, and so I go to KDKA to the news.
Local news that I grew up with.
And she was just like, oh my God, you can get Pittsburgh news, and it's like,
Yeah.
baby, I can get Pittsburgh, I can get Charlotte, I can get Raleigh, I can
PXI,
TAE,
WTAE.
you know, I mean, Kansas City, Chicago, you name the city. If it's a major city, it's going to have all the local programming from them. So,
yeah, it was pretty cool. Okay, Alfredo, banana splits. Riddle me this.
you don't want to go down this road, Alfredo.
Did the banana split theme song come first? Or did it come first in Bob Marley's Buffalo Soldier? Which is it? I don't know the answer to that, but it always struck me as like, why is...
Well, then they had, what was it, Danger Island and all that other stuff, and the cut-in shows that they did during the hour.
Hey, Susie, we're just talking about this right now. The link right above your comment, that vcbox.com, they sell these boxes where you can get all of those things.
Yep.
And what I'm liking about this is, unlike Expat TV and other similar services, what we're seeing is that you buy the box, and that is the only
That's
thing.
it.
You don't have a monthly payment.
There is no subscription. It's my mom bought one after we got it in. It took her about a nanosecond when she found out.
What? And she's 83?
84. But
yeah, she
I
did
mean,
it.
And she set it up, and she's just like, oh my God, this gives me everything.
Yeah.
And this is just, it's the bomb. And so she spent in the US for the VC3 Pro package, which comes with the HDMI cable, a little keyboard, and all that fun stuff, $379, I think it was. And she's a Prime member, so she got, free shipping. So I think it was almost $380. And she went, so for 2 months worth of YouTube TV cost, Netflix cost, Peacock cost, Paramount cost, I pay for it. And then after
then she's done.
I'm done.
Yeah.
So
what you're interested in is you're indicating that you're looking for just regular, basically live TV. You will get that.
And sports.
You will get that.
Oh my God, Susie. The sports is all the NFL. I mean, including each team's channels. You get to watch every game. Got Red Zone for free. NBA, NHL, MLB. And the list just goes on. College football, college basketball, ESPN Plus, ACC Network, Big Ten Network.
The only thing I'll say is there is not a dedicated live selection of British channels. And I do like some British shows, but there is on demand. So if there's a show that you like that is broadcast in England, search for it on the on demand, and you'll probably find it there. And we did find it.
And folks, just to give you an idea, when we plugged it in, the first thing that popped up was Beetlejuice, and it was still in the theater.
Yeah.
I mean,
Long Legs was on there. The new Beetlejuice was on there. Oh gosh, there's another Twisters, which was just in the theater last month, was on there. There's a bunch. I
don't know how they're
blowing my
doing
mind
but
right
I'm
now.
not asking the question.
No.
I'm just enjoying the fact that
every movie I looked for is on there. Even the cheesiest, dumbest. What was the one about the camp? Overnight camp or camp over something? I don't know. The one
we haven't found
all kinds of cheesy stuff. I found all the most crappiest B horror movies, my favorite genre. They're all on there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We didn't find 420 Massacre, but that's not a bad thing.
We didn't search for it.
We didn't search for it.
It might be on there.
It could be on there, but don't waste your time.
But I wasted my time installing all those streaming apps only to learn you don't have to.
Nope.
So I uninstalled.
And it's a little bit confusing at the beginning, because at the beginning they have all these apps at the top. So if you still have your service and you just want to give them your money instead of doing it without it, which you have the ability to do,
Yeah.
you can have a quick button that'll sign you in.
Yeah.
But then once you find out that all this stuff is available somewhere down below, you go, hold on, I don't have to pay them for this. Nope.
I'm still floored that I'm finding Roger Daltrey movies. It's not like the guy's a stellar actor, right? I can't believe I'm finding these movies.
All right. Let me give a caveat here, because I am old school movie. I mean, I'm talking some of my favorite movies
Film noir.
are film noir, 30s, 40s, and 50s movies. It's a little thin in that, pun intended, because yes, they have all the Thin Man movies, which
we love.
We love the Thin Man movies. But like finding Casablanca or The Third Man or Maltese Falcon, those. But it does come with Turner Classic Movie, which gives me my film noir fix. So it does have a good bit of Hitchcock in there. So
yeah. So we honestly, Stephanie, we just got this box. One of our viewers gifted it to us, which was so generous. And we've been using it for a week. And it's taken us a little bit of time to see what all it can do. But it's great.
And the navigation of it is a little cumbersome. But once you start getting the muscle memory of going, oh, this is how I call it up, this is how I navigate over. Yeah. At the beginning, it was, like, oh man, this is not the most intuitive thing. But once you figure it, you start going, okay, All
right, back on subject, right? All right, Mexican consulate. Terry and I went on the 7th and got it. Awesome, Lisa. Okay, so let's see. Chicago has a 10-day processing time. Wow, really? I wonder why.
Could be demand. I don't know. I mean, Kansas City.
But that's great.
Kansas City. It was. She tried to tease us and go, oh, I'm sorry, but she had one of our passports was open, and I could see the Visa sticker in there, and it's like, you can say that all you want to, but I see what's in that passport. So
that's right. And Susie, it was a one and done.
Once
you buy the box.
Once
your purchase is the box. And then all you need is internet.
Okay. Yes. Here's the thing. It is not subject to FTC because it is an app.
Is that what it is?
Yes. And so, unlike, we're hoping, unlike Stream East, Stream East, was a streaming service. We're sort of going, but as my mom said, if I get 6 months out of this, I'm 3 months to the good on payments.
Yeah. That's true.
So,
and honestly, when I canceled all of our subscriptions to all the streaming services, it was less than $1,000 a year. I think it was like $850 a year is what I was paying. And when I canceled them all, they don't refund you. Or prorate or nothing. No, you still have the service until your date. So I still have some services, but I'm not using them unless I'm back here. Look, they got 2.5 years of Days of Our Lives on there.
Yeah,
and I need to get caught up.
And the box itself is tiny.
It's about a little bit thicker than this, barely,
and about that much. As far as size wise, I mean, it's a tiny little box. The remote's bigger than the box. Yeah,
it is.
And so that's
the keypad.
Just one of those.
The keypad is bigger than the box.
And so it's easy just to slip right underneath the front of the TV.
Yeah.
Boom.
Okay.
Run the HDMI.
Susie, listen to the Chiefs on the phone.
Been there, done that, Susie. I did that last year with the Tar Heels for basketball because when I couldn't pull it up on the computer, I was, logging in and listening to, The Hill 96.5. The Hill, Chapel Hill, Carolina, home for Carolina sports. And that's the only way I could get it. but now with this, it's got all the ESPN pluses. It's just, if you miss something, there's not a camera in the building.
Okay. Apophis, what so far, where's the best place that you would like to live? It's hard. It's hard to say that. There are two that have been at the top of our lists so far, and now there's three. One of them has a disadvantage because of the heat, but if there's a way to work around that, it's up there. So our top three are going.
Well, I mean that's just, it's one of the things that goes into consideration. But
yeah, it does. So our top three would be Querétaro, San Luis Potosí, and Huatulco.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the top three. We haven't made a decision because we're only halfway through. We got a lot more to see.
Mm-hmm.
So, but those are our top three at the moment, for sure.
You know, every time we think that, okay, you know, we got down here and we were like, you know, we hit Querétaro first, and honestly, we fell into the best possible situation in Querétaro, other than the location of where we were living. I mean, it was good ways out there.
Yeah.
But, you know, getting to meet Lise and Romy, who are like lifelong friends that we've known for a year and a half or 2 years. I mean, literally.
Annie and Arlene,
Cesar, you know, and the list just goes on.
Well, and there was subscribers that were coming there to visit Querétaro that we also met. I mean, all of it was, we had a very positive experience. One thing I noticed about Querétaro that stands out, so far, in my opinion, I just said this today, it has the most expansive Centro and Jardín area footprint. There are numerous jardines, and it's very.
You meander around through, but there's so many of them there.
There's a lot of them. It's got a lot of wide spaces.
They don't like it when we call it, but you know, the Jardín La Perrito.
There's a bunch of them.
Where 1810 is the restaurant, which
good, yeah.
There's Steelers cigar store.
The guy's a Steeler fan.
I mean, Steelers fan. He had a shrine in there to the Steelers.
San Luis Potosí, its centro area, is also very large, but it's pretty much in one big plaza.
And then it also has that unique walkway.
Yeah.
That you know, down to the iglesia down there at the end.
Yeah.
It's a very pleasant walk, and it's so flat.
And it's very flat with wide sidewalks in a lot of places and a lot of French influence. It's very European looking. Both of those locations, Querétaro and San Luis Potosí, have really good weather that we like.
Mm-hmm.
Huatulco, the weather, not so much because it's really, really hot and humid.
But it's got that small town
vibe. The feeling there is just so unlike anywhere else we have been. As far as
it literally is going to come down to she's going to have to make her list. I'm going to have to make my list, and both of us are going to have to go. Here's my pros for this particular city, and if we have any, these are the cons for that particular city. And then we're literally going to have to hash it out and go, okay, you know, and we haven't decided, are we going to do that and then announce, or are we going to do a live and then you guys can watch us figure out what the hell we're doing? We don't know yet. I mean, no.
And Susie, we're right up with you. We were spending close to $200 a month for TV and internet, no extras. I had cut it down as low as I could get it. We didn't watch them anyway. And then on top of that, I got streaming services.
That's right. We're in Mexico. I can say this.
What?
You know, I would not give a dime to Spectrum ever again.
Oh, gosh.
Because Spectrum, I called them up because they kept they put us on the escalator, kept raising the rate, and I called to raise hell about it and go, this is not good. And the response I got back was, make sure to turn your box in.
Yeah, so much for good customer service.
I went, what?
Yeah, turn in your box. Papa, you were doing meatloaf and mashed potatoes. I am jealous. Oh, that sounds so good.
We make that down here. Meatloaf and mashed potatoes.
I know.
I know.
That's so good, though.
Sam Adams.
Sam Adams, Double Crown and Diet Coke. Love it. So, Susie, Watuco, beautiful. But with a handful of cats, even Cindy couldn't help. We've had no problems elsewhere, though. Problems. What kind of problems? I'm curious.
Well, okay. This sort of segues into something that's actually perfect. Gina's in here working last night. I'm watching TV. And all of a sudden, she's at the sala window going, a kitten fell into the propane tank well. I don't know how it got in there.
There's like a bamboo closet. It's
where the propane tank is, and
yeah.
And she's like, I hear him in there going, meow, meow. I don't know how he got in there. So
Mama's home.
Yeah.
So I can hear him now.
So we go back and we take a look and pull it open, and there's one itty bitty little kitten.
And I'm like, where did this kitten come from?
And so we're having a little discussion about it and start to walk back down the walkway, and I look up, and here comes a cat with a kitten in its mouth.
And I spooked it.
And sorry, something just flew across.
A bat?
No, it looked like a cat jumping down. But Gina goes, oh, hope she comes back to get this one. I said, I don't think that's what she's doing. I think she's bringing them here.
Yeah.
And so Gina was back here working, and I'm sitting at the Hardin table, and I'm having a cigar. And sure enough, here she comes with one in her mouth, drops it off, spends a few minutes with it. Then here she goes back up the staircase over the roof. 10 minutes later, here she comes back with another one in her mouth.
Mm-hmm. And
so now we have a litter of kittens over in our propane tank.
I think there's 6. It was hard to tell. 2 of them are very much the same color if it was 2 of them, but I think there's 6. Their eyes are not open yet. This is a brand new litter. They can't be more than a week old. And she's spooked. She won't let me get near her or them. He went out and got some cat food to feed her because we're like, she needs to eat.
Got to make sure if she's healthy, then at least she's providing them healthy milk. So,
but yeah, we have a litter of kittens in the closet where our propane tank is.
Yeah, and I mean, and she's wary. I'll give you an idea. She was coming down the roof today, and there was another cat that was up there at the top, and she sat on the stairs and was like, she was not going a step further while that cat was around because she was like, I'm not leading you to where these kittens are at. She just sat up there, and finally the other cat left and went up over the roof, and she still sat there for another 15 minutes making sure it was gone before she was like, okay, now I can go.
I'm trying to decide what to call her. I was going to call her Mommy, and it reminded me of a song by Sylvanesso, and I'm like, maybe I'll call her Mamacita. And I'm like, no, I don't really like that. Maybe I'll just call her Sita. I don't know yet. Looking for a name. So, Diane, Querétaro. What time of the year or
winter.
Season? We were there for the winter, purposefully. We wanted to do the cooler locations at the coldest time of the year to get an idea of just how cold it gets, because a lot of those properties have no heat and no air.
Correct.
So we wanted to know how cold it would get. And then
because the heat is not as bad as far in the Central Highlands. That a fan and life is good.
Well, this past summer they got pretty hot in Querétaro.
I know,
that was unusual.
It was an anomaly for the norm. I mean, if it starts happening over again, Costco and Walmart and Home Depot are going to start selling a lot more mini splits. But we were there. We arrived November 20th. Yes.
Was it?
Yeah.
Okay.
20th, 22nd, something like that. And we were there until January, I think 19th of started in 2022 and we left in 2023.
And we went like an hour or so north to San Miguel de Allende.
And same type of weather.
Yeah.
So,
and then we went to San Luis Potosi.
Mm-hmm.
Same type of weather.
Mm-hmm.
So we kind of ended up leaving that region around mid-May. Was it mid-May?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so we
got to El Tejar just in time for the heat.
Yeah, and then we experienced summer heat in Veracruz and
the humidity.
Valladolid.
Yeah.
Yeah, those two places had the summer heat, which we planned it that way too. We wanted to be in the humid locations in the summer so that we could experience what that's like. And what we learned from that is that, most of those places will have air conditioning, but that electric bill will hurt if you run it all the time.
Merida and Progresso, it put a pinch in the pocket.
Yeah. So, hola.
Gracias.
Gracias. Thank you for being here tonight.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
You guys are the ones that, all these milestones that we were just talking about that we hit, it's all because of you guys, not us.
And Arlene, you got it right. Lowering the cost, they wouldn't do it. So you got your Fire Stick and you just cut it. Yeah. And then they offered $35 a month. I have a Fire Stick use. I've never used it. Look at you.
That's my response to Spectrum.
Look, I'm getting all the see. Thank you. Tears for Fears. I just love them so much. And it was one of the best concerts of my life. Absolutely. I would walk every day for months. I lost 50 pounds walking to The Way You Are, the extended remix. That is my walking song. It's got the perfect beat and rhythm. It's good pace. And if it was the same thing, I would get with the Fire Stick. And he said yes. And I told him to go to hell.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh.
If you just said that at the beginning, we're good. Yeah. But no, you tell me this and then, now that I'm going to take the box back, you go,
now
we can do this?
We can do this.
Hell no.
No. And it's Spectrum. Look, cable. A lot of people cut the cable, but then they started going to things like YouTube TV, Google TV. They cost less.
And they start out costing less. Yeah. And then they do the escalator bit.
Exactly. We have seen our rates rise even on our streaming services. Here's a funny thing. I canceled one of the streaming services, and right after I canceled it, they sent an email notifying me that my next billing cycle was going to be higher because they raised the rates by $3 a month.
Netflix. Not to name any names.
Was it Netflix?
Yes, it was.
And I'm like, well, yeah, but I just canceled it, so I don't care. And now that I've left, maybe you'll have to raise the rates even higher to make up for it. I don't know. So I've had Netflix since 2011. That's how long I've had it. I've had Netflix when they used to let you stream on their site and send you in the mail a DVD to watch. And it was all one membership. And then they split those apart. And I stopped getting the DVDs because I couldn't afford to have both plans. And it started out at $8 a month. And I just closed it out yesterday at over $20. So it had more than doubled in the last 10, 12 years. So, I think I just bounced back to that. I didn't mean to do that. Thank you. Huatulco is beautiful, however, hardly any big medical facilities. And you said it hot and humid. Yes, Bob, very hot. The only way we could honestly live there is if we had a bank account that was endowed enough to allow us the luxury of living at the top of some property that overlooks a bay and catches all that breeze. That would work, but we can't afford that. So
that did not suck.
It didn't suck. But the only other way we could do it would be air conditioning. And it would have to have air.
No, and Bob, you are
so
absolutely right on the medical facilities. It is, but
they're small.
I know.
Yeah.
But One of my concerns, other than the heat and humidity, is what is Watuco going to look like in 10 years? Is it going to be Tulum? That's,
I don't know.
I don't know either. If I knew that.
Cindy and Fred, who have life in Huatulco, they have lived there for 7 years. And I remember when Cindy and Fred were in basically an efficiency apartment type residence, and they were spending $200, $250 a month in rent. Well, rents have gone up. Their space is a little bit bigger, but not much. They essentially have a kitchen, living room combination.
In a bedroom.
And a bedroom. And then one small room off by itself as an office. Very little storage. It's a small space. It does have a garage, but they've noticed that the rents have gone up for the locals, and people who have gone there for vacations and stuff have noted that the rates for vacation rentals has doubled.
Well,
it's gotten expensive to live there. It's about the same prices as Merida, Progreso at this point too, Tulum.
Yeah. The whole Riviera. I mean, and we're finding that out with Airbnb all the way around. That just,
Okay, so I also noticed that Querétaro has the biggest expat community. Does it?
Yes.
Does it?
But you have to remember this. Querétaro is an international business community.
But it's bigger than...
Yes. The sheer number of people.
Okay.
Because you have international headquarters there for VW Mexico is there, Nissan Mexico is there.
Yeah, there's Japanese and Korean.
Kia Mexico is.
Yeah.
So you have all this international business coming in. So those people are living there, and yes, they're considered expats.
Sure.
So you're looking at the size of the city. There's a bigger number living there than are living in Ajijic or San Miguel de Allende. Percentage of population is not as big because of the fact that there's just more people in Querétaro. But
speaking of the term expat, I noticed something the other day. In my Facebook feed, there is a video from Lily Collins. Lily Collins is the daughter of Phil Collins. She's also an actress. Anyway, she must be living in either England or maybe she's living in France because her TV show that she does is filmed in France. The video is urging all expats who are U.S. citizens to register to vote because their vote matters. And there's, I think she said, 3 million U.S. expats throughout the world. It just dawned on me that phrase, what?
She's way short.
I don't know.
I know. I'm just saying.
Anyway. I might be quoting it wrong. Maybe it's not her. Maybe it's me. So what I thought was interesting is that, sometimes we're often given a lot of slack for using the term expat, but yet here is a celebrity using the term. She's of English heritage.
Which is where that really came from.
And I'm kind of thinking that's where it actually comes from, that it's probably from English.
It's heritage, the British, yes.
Yeah, so interesting. Just thought I'd mention that. Ola from Alberta. Hi there, Laura. Laura, but we would say Laura.
Okay.
Laura. Thank you. And we hope that you find what we do helpful. And if you're thinking about making a move, that some of this information will be a bit of a guide.
And the other thing is, do not hesitate to ask a question, because that's the best part about this whole community here is if we know it, we will share it. But all these people that you see scrolling over here,
yes,
they are a wealth of information.
Yes.
And they are always there to try and help each one of us improve our experience.
Exactly.
And that's kudos on all of y'all, because that is what makes this whole thing work. Because there's times that we go, oh, crap, we haven't really experienced that. And somebody over here is going to go, I ran into this here, boom, 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 boom. This is how I solved it.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes we'll just put a shout out and just ask questions. The community will answer the questions. So we love the Gringos R Us community.
Yes.
So helpful. We help each other out as much as we can. And Oh, you can always ask a question. And if somebody doesn't have the answer, we probably could point you towards someone who might have the answer.
Well, and number one, there ain't no smoke.
Coming out our butts.
No, we ain't blowing any smoke.
We're not blowing smoke.
Well, I am probably while I'm having a cigar while I'm writing the answer, but that's the only smoke that's getting blown. Because if we don't know, we're going to tell you. We don't know.
We don't know. Yeah.
Let's see if we can find an answer. Boom, 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 boom. But no, there's not going to be any, without getting too, well, now shut up. Okay.
Oh, hey, Catsita. Catsita would be a unique name. Yeah, maybe I'll do that. Catsita.
I just went and got food. That's, it's hard. It's hard to get attached when the cat wants nothing to do at all with us.
But there's a couple cats that go through here, and they're both very skittish. They're not real warming up to us.
Well, speaking of one, here he comes going down. Here
Which
comes
one?
The calico.
The calico's coming. Okay.
Coming down the stairs of death.
The stairs of death. Oh, you're welcome, Diana. You know what? We love Querétaro. It catches some flack for not having a big foodie scene. And now that we have been to other places in Mexico, we understand.
It doesn't have its own unique foods.
Yeah.
It takes a little from here. And you want Oaxacan, you're going to find Oaxacan. You want Yucatan, you can find Yucatan. But there's not really a Querétaro cuisine. And so, but
otherwise,
if that's the biggest thing I got to bitch about.
Yeah. I can't tell you how much I love just going to Romi's food cart and getting a cup of esquites. Oh my goodness.
Not our friend Romy.
No.
Romy is the one who first took us to Romy's.
Yes. Those esquites. Oh my gosh. I'm like con todo.
And here's another thing that makes it a little bit of an easy landing spot is HEB. Because you can find some things that you're not going to find throughout the rest of Mexico that do make it just a little bit easier to land on your feet and go, okay, and point in case here lately, we have started to
make our own things. So we went, all right, we want this. And we're hungry for this.
And
all right. So I make sourdough English muffins, and I've done that for years. Month before last, I made potato and cheese pierogies, a whole bunch, and they were so good. I made ranch dressing. Now, ranch is readily available, but it's not the good ranch. I made ranch dressing.
Well, then, ranch is dependent upon, I think part of that was we hit a shadrawi right during a reset. And
yeah. And they didn't have any. That's fine. I just made some. Dirty rice. And it came out okay. What's wrong?
Nothing. No. That was
stewed tomatoes.
Well, the dirty rice. Okay, we're working on that because we did one time, and just like any recipe, you do it once and you go, okay, we need to massage it. The stewed tomatoes. Okay, I got a little heavy-handed in the Italian seasoning because we're having it with shells and butter and going, okay, that's something we've always had as a quick meal. But of course, it took me 3 hours of prep time to make the stewed tomatoes. But
sometimes we can find canned stewed tomatoes, but he made them because we couldn't find them. There's something else. I'm making French onion dip. So all those things. Okay, get back on track. Every house we looked at in Merida, Puerto Vallarta, La Paz was willing to welcome me and cats, just not Huatuco, unless it was way over my budget or in Zippo. Okay, and Cindy wasn't happy about that. Wow, I didn't know that. Thank you for the clarification. They don't like the cats. Interesting. We really didn't see a lot of cats. We had one cat in our neighborhood that would roam around outside.
Oh, God, and he let you know wherever he was at.
And then there was a cat across on the patio. but that was the only.
No, there's more than one on the across the patio.
Okay.
But from the young lady who came and rescued us from being stuck outside on the terrazza, yeah, she had like 3. But
wow, okay, I didn't know that. I'm sorry that you're having a hard time with that. Alfredo, I cut the cable. I have an antenna, Netflix, and NFL Network. There you go.
and here's the thing, Alfredo. One-time purchase, and you get all the NFL, all the MLB. I mean, it was like, wow.
Okay, Susie, I got something for you here. Okay, so Mexican government built Huatulco to become another Tulum. Yes, they did. And yet it has no big box stores. No, it doesn't. And I am still searching for supplements here. Amazon will not ship, not authorized to get through customs. You can get your supplements through a place like iHerb. I will give you the link here in just a minute.
Yeah, but
okay, just give me a minute. Don't put them down.
I'm not. I wasn't going after iHerb. I was going to go after Estafeta because they didn't have the entire address, and when she gave them the updated the address, they basically went, well, we're sending them back to the States.
So let me put this up for a minute for you. iHerb. So iHerb has a whole list, and their inventory of things will change and shift. And basically, it originates in California. And you make your order, and you get all this stuff shipped to you.
You hope you get all this stuff, right?
Okay, hold on now.
I know your latest order is.
It's been held at customs for a while, but it can take. I was getting there. It can take about 3 weeks to get to you. I have had times where it came just a little bit quicker than I thought it would. And then I have had times where I had an issue with Estafeta and iHerb refunded me and just asked me to place the order again. So these things happen. But I get my supplements through them. I get a specific type of collagen that I put in my coffee every day. And I will get probiotics. And if I need something else, I'll look at them and see if I can get it.
Now we can say that Amazon Mexico had no problems finding us in Huatulco. No problem. They were boom, 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 boom.
That's true.
I mean, it got to the point where it was, hola, here's your package. You don't even have to ask who you are because they delivered so much. So
say, the only smoke is his cigars. That's right.
Damn Skippy.
Oh, I'm sorry. I got into a movie, Rocket Man. Oh, that movie it was interesting. I understand what it was trying to be, but I was really hoping more for an actual biopic. But I get what it was, and I thought it was interesting. So some of the things that bother me when I watch movies like Rocket Man is the chronologic. Things are out of order.
I mean, it's like watching Bohemian Rhapsody and
same thing.
And we're going.
Things were out of order.
Hold on, this song was after this, and this occurred, and because we are both such aficionados of music, when it doesn't flow accurately, we go bullshit.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sorry. That's we just like no.
Yes, this is true. Yes, Terry, she did tell us this is really good news. So congratulations to you both. It feels so good to get that out of the way.
Oh, that was the biggest pressure. And we didn't realize it when we were sitting in Asheville. We were just like, yeah, we're going to do this. 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 And, we thought it was all going to flow along the way it was supposed to. And then all of a sudden get to Kansas City. And what do you mean you only have one day a month that you hold visas for foreigners? Oh, what do you mean that it's a lottery? That you're on the computer trying to get the appointment. Hoping you get an appointment.
Well, and then you get the appointment, and now you're a nervous wreck about whether you're even going to be approved.
And that's the next part. The next hurdle is if we screw this up.
Yeah. Now what?
We're going. We've done 45 videos for all of you.
We threw all of our eggs into the sombrero.
This is what we're gonna do. all the chips are in the middle of the table. We're ready to move. And
todo huevos
yeah.
en los sombrero.
And then we screw up the interview. Oh, I mean,
Yes.
there was a, but, and I'm sure that Lisa and Terry will probably say the same thing. If you just go in, be nice, smile, talk about honestly why you want to move to Mexico, because the fact that it's, you don't put down the U.S. They don't give a crap about that. Why do you want to go to Mexico?
Yeah.
Because the people are phenomenal. We love it down there. We want to assimilate. The food is great. The beer is great. Whatever, and relax and do it with a smile.
Yeah.
And they're like, okay.
That was a stressful time.
That was. I mean, we walked out of there and
oh, babies.
Oh, yes.
She's protecting her babies, and she's just not warming up to us. Even though I went to put some food in this closet thing, and when I opened it, she was in there, and she was spooked, took off, and then sat outside and hissed at me. And I tried to approach her with the food, and no. So after she was away for a while, I went and I stuck the food inside, and I peeked later, and she did eat some of it. It's not the kittens because they're too young.
Their eyes aren't even open yet.
No. So she ate some of it, which is good. What about earthquakes in your region? The only reason I wanted to move to Merida is because there were no earthquakes. Okay, well.
We had two.
We had two in Huatuco.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't realize it initially, and then it was like it's the only thing that made sense.
You're talking about shaking a concrete building. And I mean, and that's the condos we were in.
Is generous. It was a vibration.
Okay, but still to move a concrete building to the point where you had 3 or 4, whoa, okay, hold on. That's just wasn't, that's not a truck driving by. That was.
I was just going to say, like, this would be comparable. The type of vibration we're talking about would be comparable to a really loud truck with a jack brake going by and vibrating your windows and your walls.
Mm-hmm.
It felt like that. And after it happened, we were kind of like, what was that? Or did something drive into the building? That kind of thing. What was that? And we're like, that had to have been an earthquake. And I couldn't believe it because I thought earthquakes were like, right?
Now, that is one of the things that has to be taken into consideration, especially, 2 things. Number one, when it comes to possible catastrophes, it could be a hurricane or it could be an earthquake, both of which are possibilities there in Huatuco. And so got to weigh that in.
But I was able to verify that there was an earthquake, not right there, but we were getting some of the further out waves of it. I forget where it was. Anyway, the point is they were minor, and when we noticed it, it wasn't really like a, oh, wow kind of thing. Now, our very first week here in Oaxaca, we were sitting at the table out here, the umbrella and table and chairs in the garden. And this is the best way I can describe it. Like rings on a pond. It went like this on the ground underneath us. And it kept on going. It was smooth. It was like,
it was a ripple.
It was a ripple. It moved my feet inside my shoes. And I was just like, whoa, that was interesting.
So, yeah, I mean, when you're on this side of Mexico, you're in part of that fault line and fault zone. And do most of the people who live here that have grown up here, they probably don't even notice it because it's probably, what they've been dealing with this my entire life.
Yeah. Yeah. So let me get to your next question here. One more question. I know I don't know you're fine. Have you both tried shark tacos? My cousin in Puerto Vallarta said that they were the best tacos ever. No, we haven't had a place that offered them yet, but when we get to that side of the country, maybe we will. I mean, I would be willing to try them. I know he won't. He doesn't like seafood, but I would be willing to try them.
If it swims, no.
I mean, I've tried, not in Mexico. I've tried before to eat octopus. I can't do it. The suckers, or the texture of those suckers, they're too crunchy. They're weird. I don't know. But I've eaten them for Chinese New Year, and I just didn't care for them.
No, and I've tried all. I mean, I've tried lobster, shrimp, the fishes, da 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 da. It's a flavor that just does not agree with me.
And I can't do calamari. I won't do calamari because my dad traumatized me with thawed out calamari when I was a kid. So
amongst the other things he did. But
I mean, my grandma, I grew up in a predominantly Italian American family who had to have the 7 fishes for Christmas and all that jazz. And we would buy big frozen blocks of frozen squid at Delalo's in Jeanette, Pennsylvania. And
the original Delalo's.
Delalo's. Some of Delalo's products are now international or nationally sold in stores across the U.S. But this is the original Delalo's store, and we would get these blocks of shrimp or squid and thaw them out, and then my grandma and my mom would clean them. And I remember there'd be purple ink on the table. They were cleaning them. I don't know what they were doing. I just remember all the purple ink. My dad would pick up one of them things and shake it at me like this with the legs just going, and he would chase me around the house with them. I will not eat squid. I don't care how many places sell calamari rings. I will not eat them.
I remember going with her to the original Delalo's, which they had redone, totally revamped the entire store as they started to go national. But you could look behind the meat counter, and the guys are still back there in their wife beaters with their little glasses of wine
or the little espressos.
It's like
I love that place. I loved it.
The Paisans.
Paisano. Congratulations. Can't wait to be in Progresso in December and January after 3 months in Puerto Vallarta, the first time in so long. I like Progresso.
Yeah, I liked Progresso as
Progresso.
well.
I did.
Didn't like the CFE bill. But
no, the CFE bill was insane. I liked Progresso. I thought it had a nice vibe.
I liked that we could walk about
places.
Everywhere.
If we wanted to go to a bigger, store to shop, we could make an easy trip.
I mean, 30 minutes down the road, and you're
in the north part of
Merida, and you've got a Costco, you've got everything right there. So, it's very, very convenient.
What kind of knocked it out is the rate of inflation in Progresso and Merida. Well, basically the whole Yucatan.
Yeah,
the rate of inflation is pretty high, and the heat was just. We were like, Okay, I can't find sourdough in Nayarit, Puerto Vallarta. Ask everywhere. Recipe. Okay, Susie, I will post a recipe on our community tab on our YouTube channel. What it really is going to entail mostly is that you have a starter.
Mm-hmm.
You need to make a starter. If you've never made one before, it will take about a week at least before it's ready to be used. And then after that, you just keep the starter fed and going. I don't feed mine every day. I don't even feed it every week. I keep it in the refrigerator, and maybe about every 2 to 3 weeks, I'll give it a feeding and I'll stick it back in. It took me a while to get it just right. Sometimes I struggle a little bit, but the recipe, I'll put it in the community tab. Once you have your starter ready, then you use the starter to make the muffins. If I have been told, if you go to a bakery, you can ask the bakery if they have a starter, and they will share some with you. Because often what happens is they will use a lot of their starter, and if they can't use it all, they have to throw some of it away because you have to get rid of some in order to feed it. to give it fresh nutrients, basically, for the yeast.
Now, that brings us to the point. Hopefully, your Spanish is good enough that you can walk to the panaderia and accomplish that. But if you need help with that, expat Spanish. That's how we're learning our Spanish.
We are learning Spanish. Hey, let's throw that up here. There you go. This is where we go to learn Spanish. And yes, the Spanish classes have started back up. I was a nervous wreck, guys. I was like having anxiety. I've also put the link in the chat. I was seriously having anxiety about this because I'm now into the class, the first class where everything is in Spanish, where we have conversations. We have sentence building in a group, small group. I think the max is 5 people.
5 people.
But twice
5 people
twice
in the
a week
instructor.
we have practice, and then we have class. And we're actually, I was so proud of myself this week because I basically constructed a sentence out of this exercise we were doing that basically said that I have to eat our daughter's cat. And I thought it was funny. And the instructor, Denise, she didn't understand because she's not paying attention to U.S. political news lately. Why would she? She goes, "That's a good sentence, but I don't think that is what you wanted to say." And everybody starts laughing, and I'm like, "Oh yes, that is definitely what I wanted to say." So it's a good class. If you use that code, you'll get 10% off a class if you want to pick up some Spanish.
And Amy and Denise, they're prime instructors. They are very good at what they do.
Yes. I think it's helped me immensely.
Mm-hmm.
My Spanish has come a long way, and I had tried a lot of other methods, and I wasn't getting anywhere.
And she puts more pressure on herself than I do. My whole goal is let me learn and let me use. And I'm going to screw it up. It's going to happen.
Yes, everybody. Liking and subscribing won't cost you anything.
Nope. It's like a smile.
Thank you.
Share it with everybody.
And look, another one on my shirt. Thank you. Gosh, I love this band so much. They have a new album out now too, or it's coming out. They just released the first single. It's a few new songs and then a lot of live takes on their Tipping Point tour.
And I got to meet them in '84.
I'm jealous.
I'm sorry. They were in the French Quarter in New Orleans. And they went into Visco's, and we were there. So
just visited. I'm going to try to say it. Tlaquepaque, a suburb of Guadalajara. We couldn't find a churro. He says he probably won't go back. Beautiful town, but the lack of churros is a no-go. Wow. No churros?
Man, that's just wrong.
I know.
Churros are a little bit of the spice on the top of life.
Oh, okay, Susie, you've already ordered from iHerb. They just don't have everything. And that's true. And their inventory changes because there have been things that I've ordered from them, and then I'll go back and they no longer have it. So that happens. And Estafeta delivered to a neighbor who held my box. I don't like Estafeta. I'm sorry. I have not had a good experience with Estafeta yet.
No.
If I can choose
one positive.
If they give me the option to choose DHL, I will. But right now I'm waiting for a delivery. It's been 3 weeks. It says it's still sitting in California.
At the border.
And it's coming to me by Estafeta. And they say they don't have it yet. Their website's worthless and they never update it. So I don't know what to say. Estafeta's website. Dr. Berg's gallbladder formula at one Mexican supply company to order 2,000 pesos. Ooh.
Ow.
Ooh. Ooh. And Lisa, yes, we were so nervous. Oh, wait, let me get to the next one. We were so nervous, but it could not have gone any smoother. She was so kind and very friendly.
Yeah, good. It's hard, honestly, because, Lisa and Terry can say it, Gina and I can say it, but you're going to put pressure on yourself because when you're sitting there and you're waiting for your turn to do it, you realize the immensity of this moment.
I mean, it's a
that
life-changing moment.
If you screw the pooch at this, it's like, uh-oh, now what?
Yeah.
And most of us just are putting more pressure on ourselves than what really warrants.
Yes. Getting close up here. Ripples. Yes. It was a ripple.
Yeah.
A single ripple. I mean, it literally felt like you were in an amusement park, like walk through funhouse, and it went, and like, not, that's dramatic, but you could feel it with your feet. You could feel your feet come up and then back down again.
Yeah.
It was just, and it was over in a moment. And then all the dogs were going nuts in the neighborhood. They all went crazy.
It doesn't take much for them to get going.
Hey, Mark, now that's what I call a cerveza.
Yes, I have tried Victoria. A little bit heavier than what I like, but there's, the other one I like is Carta Blanca. But they didn't have that in the big. And since we were doing milestones, I was like, soy mexicano,
And you got to pour some for your amigos, for your homies.
And we found that, we found that out in that certain parts of the country, it's acceptable to share. There's other parts of the country, once you pop the top on it, that's yours.
Wow.
And, El Tejar, no, that's yours. Nobody else is drinking from it.
Congratulations to everyone who's made it to Mexican consulate and got their visas. It seems to be getting more challenging to get an appointment at almost every consulate. Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the getting the appointment.
That's hard.
That was, we weren't as nervous because we actually, before we got one at Kansas City, we actually had a backup at McAllen, Texas. Because we had that one scheduled when we were like, all right, if we got a massage to schedule, we'll stop at McAllen and we'll do it there.
Mm-hmm.
And, but we were going, it'd be a whole lot more convenient if this occurred in Kansas City. And fortunately, it did. But playing the game with them as far as, I don't mean it's a game, but the roulette, that's the most nerve-wracking part of everything.
Wow. Okay. So yes, learn and use. They had no idea about pan masas de fermentada. Really? So they're probably just using just bricks of yeast or instant powder yeast. Probably.
You could get the yeast and do it yourself, I think.
No.
Okay.
I mean, if you're adding yeast to it, then you're not doing it the natural way.
No, I'm talking about creating a starter.
Yeah, but the idea is to just let it sit open.
I know.
With just water and flour.
But she has to create her own starter.
The starter, you sit in the open air and it just grows on its own. You don't add anything to it.
I know that. But if she can't find a starter, she has to create the starter.
You let it sit in the open air and you don't add anything to it. It just happens by itself.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. You don't add yeast to it. The yeast falls out of the air into your starter.
Okay.
That's why San Francisco bread has a very unique flavor. It's got a certain type of yeast.
Has a lot of certain things about San Francisco.
Well, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, you don't add yeast to your starter. You make the starter by leaving it out by itself. I guess if you want to help it along, you could add some yeast to it, but you don't really need to. So, thank you, Susie. Thank you. And please stick around and be a part of this community. There is a whole lot of good people that help each other out here. So, and no, they don't offer it here at all. Yeah, it's incredible. I'll put the recipe on the community tab.
Part of that is they have done this way of doing business.
Yeah.
Not just for generations.
San Francisco. Well, yeah.
They've done it this way for generations and generations and generations. And it's the way they do business.
Yeah.
And that's just, it's the way it rolls.
Excuse me. I've got hiccups all of a sudden. I'm going to share just a couple more interesting things about our channel while he runs away.
Run away. Right
He's
away.
running away. This is interesting. Let's share this. So 92% of our viewers are over the age of 44. I guess that's not shocking. Of course, half of those people are between 55 and 64. They're right in the age group where Mark and I are. That means that the other half is almost split evenly between people younger than 55 and people who are 65 and older. And since we're talking about moving to Mexico and living here and maybe living on your retirement or your social security, that makes sense. And that age group are people who are looking ahead, thinking ahead, maybe considering making that type of move for the same reasons. So that makes sense. And it seems like, as far as the ages or sexes, there are more men than women. I don't know why that is. Maybe the men are more concerned about the financial aspects of things and they're just looking ahead. But this was
Or you just have a greater appeal than I do. I mean,
oh, yeah,
Yeah.
I guess. Okay, I get it. I had to think about that one for a minute. Oh, gosh. Okay. So, over the life of this channel, which we have had this channel for 30 months,
mhm.
that number might shock you. We've made just over $1,000 in 30 months. Now, the first 14 months, we weren't making anything because you have to have 1,000 people subscribing to even monetize. So, in theory, we made a little over $1,000 in 16 months.
And to be honest, I mean, the first couple of months, I think it took us 3 months before YouTube ever sent us a check.
Yeah, they don't send anything.
Because until you reach $100,
yeah,
they're not cutting a check.
they don't cut a check until it's at least $100 or higher.
And so, when we were making 18 cents on this day, 9 cents on this day, 33 today. I mean, those are the numbers we were at, and it has slowly, exponentially grown. I mean,
It has. And what's important is it's not even so much the subscribership, it's how many people
it's
are
viewers.
watching. It's
Yeah.
how many people are watching. So you can have someone like Tangerine Travels has a huge subscribership, but Jordan hasn't put out a lot of videos for that
Mhm.
channel in quite some time. So just because he may have 250,000 subscribers doesn't mean he's making any money. If he's making money,
It's residual.
It's
the
residual.
evergreens.
It's the older videos. So I think after a while, it's one of the reasons why he decided he wanted to change directions, because when their channel was growing, he was traveling, and now he's settled and married, and he's about to have a baby, and he's got.
But I will bet you this occurs.
Hmm.
Tangerine Travels will have one video at least every 6 months.
True, because
if you are inactive for over 6 months, you have to start over again.
Yeah.
You lose your monetization. So, yeah, if you want to take a break for a couple months, life is good, jump back in. You go for 7 months, guess what? You now got to pick up 1,000 new viewers. You got to do 4,000 hours of new viewership time, to get monetized. And here's the part that really kicks it in the butt. You don't get paid for all the views while you're remonetizing.
Oh, that's probably, yeah, that's true too.
So if it were to take you, let's just say, a month,
right,
to get another 1,000 viewers and 4,000 hours of view times, that month, all those views, you're not getting paid for.
So while we just said all that, so here, Papa, so 76% of ours are not subscribers. So 76% of the views are coming from people who don't subscribe to our channel. Now, we just got done saying subscribers is not what actually monetizes you or pays you. Well, it does monetize you, but it's the views that pay.
Correct.
But if you got subscribers and you send out a new video, at least they get notified and they might come and watch it. So
now, and realistically, I mean, when we're going to places like Tulum, okay, we're not going to get a lot of new subscribers out of Tulum, because most of the people that we're going to go to Tulum are going to be tourists.
Vacationers.
Right.
Yeah.
They're not people looking to move to Mexico, the overwhelming majority. When we did ones, there are hot spots for people looking to move. Huatuco,
San Luis Potosí. Wow, yeah.
San Miguel de Allende. Those tend to boost the number of subscribers when they watch, because most of the people that are watching that are looking at potentially moving there, and they go, okay, these guys may know what they're talking about. Let me give them a watch.
Here's just a couple really quick ones that are interesting. All the titles, the descriptions, and all the closed captionings get translated by me with the help of software in English, Spanish, Filipino, Hindi, Indonesian, German, and Portuguese. That actually comes out to 16 language translations, because there's like three
or four different Spanish,
3 or 4 German, like 5 or 6 Spanish. There's 3 Portuguese. The English is automatic. But anyway, all of those languages listed come up to 16 languages. So all of our videos, I translate them into 16 languages on the title, the description, and in the closed captioning. At one time, I'm only doing 16 now. At one time, I was doing like 54. And the reason I did 54, and I did this for like 6 months, is I was like, if I do this in all these other languages, then it will start showing up in feeds in those other countries, and it might attract them. Well, it worked for some.
I know.
It worked for some. That's why I had to start doing German, and I had to start doing Portuguese.
Right.
And keep it that way. But then after 6 months, I stopped, because I started looking at the numbers.
Yeah.
And the numbers are showing that 81% are English speaking. Most of those are going to be US and Canada, with some in other English speaking countries. The rest of the language listed account for 1%. So,
no.
Yes.
Well, Spanish.
Well, 18% on the Spanish.
Yeah.
Sorry. But the Filipino, German, Hindi, Indonesian, and Portuguese combined are 1%.
I mean, that was one of the things that we actually went, we pride ourselves in, is that during our time here, we have expanded the Mexican subscribership.
Yes, we have. Yes, we have.
And that means a lot to us, because that means that we're offering people who, this is their country and are interested in what we have to say about it. And that's like, okay, we're doing something right.
Yeah. So 18% of our viewership is Spanish speaking, and they're utilizing those translations. And the last big one, which
is sort of mind blowing.
It is mind blowing. Our videos are watched in over 50 countries. I can't even wrap my head around that.
I mean, that's
that's a lot.
And
we're thankful. So thank you. If you're watching this, thank you. But that's just crazy. So that's the end of the stats. Let's get back to the chat here. Okay, chat. All right. Tom, when I did my Permanente a couple of years ago in Philadelphia, couldn't get an appointment, but just kept clicking and eventually fell in.
No, absolutely. Don't. I mean, I was coming to Mexico by myself because I got the appointment and Gina didn't. So
yeah, we were both on at the same time on different computers trying to get an appointment, and I could not get one. And I kept clicking for hours, and I gave up because I wasn't getting one. It opened and they were gone.
Yep.
As soon as it opened, and he was lucky.
And fortunately, when I emailed them and said, hey, I got one, we're a married couple, we're both like to come. And they were like, well, we can't do it on the date, but can you do it in 2 days?
Yeah, okay. They made a special appointment for us because he was so nice. Jet lag 44. And you're watching, and you're already looking. You're maybe thinking about early retirement or something, right? Or just fascinated with Mexico. I don't know.
Or had enough of the bullshit in the U.S. I mean,
but
there's a lot of reasons.
Thank you for watching. All right. Grandma, 72, escaped with my cats just a few months ago. Thanks to you and Best Mexico Pet Movers. Best risk I've ever taken. Very good. That's good to hear. And God bless all the work you put in your channel. I've enjoyed and learned so much from you guys. It's definitely helped with our journey. Thank you, Terry. Thank you. You guys, I'm just excited that you guys are done.
Y'all are the reason,
Yeah.
that all this works. And it actually, we are so happy when we hear the success stories of the people who come down here, Annie Vet and Arlene, getting to meet them, and they had just been in the country. Oh my God!
Like a couple days or a week.
And folks, trust me, if those two got through what they went through, you'll be fine.
Oh yeah, they had a rough move. We're not going to get into the details, but their move was very rough, stressful. They had a very bumpy start, and within 5 weeks, they had a house, they had
a car,
and a bank account. Like they bought a house.
Yeah, and they're living the dream now.
Yeah,
and two of our best friends in all of Mexico. So.
So here's the response. All the BS. That's right. In the U.S. Yeah.
That's what
it's hard.
The anger on that side of the border was with the final straw that just went, I can't deal with this anymore.
Saludos from Zipata. We signed today in Zakia Acento. My wife's super happy. Got a loan through, I'm going to try to say this, Bebe. Is it Ve? Is it Ve?
They.
Ve? Is it Ve?
They.
Okay, so Bebe, Ve, Ah. All right, 10% down, out of pocket, 15K, 20 years, then it's ours. Oh, that is cool, Sleepy Joe. Very good, very good. Very good. Wow, incredible.
2.5 months and we will be in your neighborhood.
No, we won't.
He's in Zibata.
Yeah.
We're going to be in Querétaro.
Okay, we're going to be we're going to be near Milenio. We're not going to be.
Okay, I didn't say barrio. I said neighborhood. I'm being like, okay, we're going to be in Querétaro.
Okay. No, Debbie, it's okay. You can always go back and watch or listen to whatever. It was hard to watch apparently at the beginning anyway, because
if you had to deal with the first 15 minutes, it was like
it was blurry.
We had a setting that was like, oops.
Well, it's not a setting. It's just I turned off my cloud.
Okay.
Yeah, the settings were good. And yes, Arlene, yes, we did. Yes, you did.
damn near turned me into an alcoholic just hearing about their endeavors coming through.
I mean, I can
country.
only say that out of the blue we got this message asking how to download an offline Google map. They needed it
desperately,
and I didn't get the message right away. I hadn't noticed it right away, and so I was trying really hard to make sure that they got the information they needed before they started on this road trip. And I was listening to everything they had gone through so far in the last 36 hours, and I was having palpitations on behalf of them. So yes, they had a bumpy start, but they got through it. You can too.
It called for a vodka tonic and a cigar because it was just like, what?
Mm-hmm.
And just when I thought it couldn't get any worse, it did. And it was like, oh shit, I'm going out. I got to have a cigar. I'm going outside. And then she's going, oh, I just heard again. And it was like, oh, hell no. No.
Yeah, but it is impressive that in 5 weeks after arriving in Mexico with the only belongings they brought with them and their pets, they had the car, the bank, and they bought a house.
Yeah. And they're living the dream.
Yeah.
That's the whole key.
Yeah.
That it's funny. I mean, they are such good friends with us. We sit around and we talk and
drink
and a lot of stuff we aren't going to discuss here. But it was like Arlene was trying to convince Annie that for 10 years to leave California and go to Mexico. And then suddenly it was, oh, why the hell not? Huh? Boom.
Yeah.
You know, and fortunately, we can take un poquito part of that because Annie Vet started watching us and was like, all right, there are normal people that are actually going to Mexico.
There are normal people who, yeah.
Why she thinks, you know, she didn't realize that we weren't normal until they met us down here.
We're normal.
Well, in some respects, you know, but yeah, that was one of our, yes, you know, I'm glad that they are doing what they are doing because they are happy.
Yeah.
Being down here, and that's what it's all about.
So Debbie, the official starting time.
What time zone?
The time zone is I try to keep it on Central Time Zone US. So Central US would be 6 p.m.
Correct.
Which currently right now that is 5 p.m. Central in Mexico. So when I post it, I always say 5 Central Mexico / 6 Central US. So
if you're in the US or Canada, we currently are on Mountain Time here in Central in most of Mexico. We're on Mountain Time. In a couple of weeks, maybe a month, when they do the fall back, we'll return to Central Time, Canada and US. So
yeah, I'm trying to think if I want to try to keep it always at 6 p.m. Central US time, whatever time zone they're on, which means if you're viewing us from a location in Mexico, that's about to shift. So,
well, and here's the other thing. We're used to doing it at 5 o'clock our time here in Mexico, and it doesn't change. Other than the time we were in Riviera Maya.
Yeah.
But, you know, so we have our pattern.
Yeah.
The changes that go with the time zones. Well, you know what?
You guys are our kinds of peeps too, Arlene. And Annie, that's exactly how it happened. We love you guys like crazy. That was
we had the easy side of it. How do I download a map?
Yeah.
And we're going, huh?
Yeah.
And then, you know, it was like,
that was wild.
Yes.
That I had anxiety. Got it. Okay. Got it. That's why I was confused. At least that's my story. Okay. That's your story.
Stick to it.
And you're sticking to it.
Yep.
Your channel helped guide us. I recommend your early immigration process videos to all. Thank you.
Don't judge us on the quality of the content. I mean, not the content, the production. The content was good.
I was so proud of us for doing this.
Oh, yeah.
And now I go back and I look at those videos and I'm like, good God, these are horrible.
Yeah.
But the information's good.
No, the information is the same as what we do today.
Yeah.
The production has gotten a lot better.
Jeez, oh man. They're embarrassing sometimes. I'm still in the US, but I have a ticket for November 11th. Imagine me jumping up and down. That's awesome. That's awesome, Wilfredo. And we will be hanging out soon enough too.
So you get there November 11th and we get there December 10th, I think it is.
I think it is. Yes. It is.
And I'm going to put this appeal out there because I'm old. Anybody in the Querétaro area that wants to help us unpack is more than welcome. Contact us for details. We'll tell you where and when.
There'll be a beer and pizza in
good God.
In your future.
Because that just keeps getting harder and harder.
The packing and the unpacking more than the packing, I think.
Well, yeah, the packing does, but yeah, I mean, it's when we do the unpacking of the same day. You know, when we have an overnight drive and we stop in the auto motel, okay, that gives us an opportunity to sort of rest and recharge.
Yeah.
When we have to pack in the morning, drive, and then unload, And depending upon where we are, some of it's like, we got to get all of this in. And that becomes.
Yeah, when we can pull into a garage and just leave some stuff, that's great. But when we're pulling into a parking lot and we have to haul it to a unit that we rented, that's a lot of work.
That part becomes, yeah.
And it hasn't always been easy to find a couple of guys who want to earn some pesos to help us.
No, that is true.
So
sometimes it has worked out great. Other
Yeah.
times we've gotten one, a couple hours late, but gotten one.
Uh-oh. Thunder right now. All right. It's trying. And I bet you need the water right now really bad too. I imagine.
We've been getting it daily here.
Aw, and Yvette. We love you guys, man. We can't wait to see you. Oh, count us in. My son Albert will be happy to help. That is awesome. Hey, Aunt Yvette, is Albert staying with you? Oh, wait. Oh, hold on. What is this? We're connecting to your channels. To activate chat, please enable channels here. What?
Oh, hit the here.
I don't know what this is. Anyway.
Is Albert coming because he's going to be the designated driver? No, Albert's old enough to drink. So
yeah, is Albert staying with you guys, or is Albert going to be staying long term? If he is he getting his own place? I'm just curious if you want to share. So
no,
but we can't wait to see you guys, and we'll be very excited to meet Albert. So excited!
Wow, we're excited with everybody that we're going to be seeing back.
Yeah, it's been a long time. It's been a long time, and we miss you guys. So
yeah, that's just there's so many.
Oh, wow! So you're adding on top of your house.
Well, it's the Mexican way.
Wow, that is awesome.
Yeah,
excellent. Ahihik couldn't have gotten through the move without your help and guidance. Oh, Debbie, thank you for that.
Yes, you could have, but we're glad we're able to help.
Yeah. Good for you. Oh, Albert's 31.
I thought so. I mean, Annie Vet's only 37, so I mean, I'm just surprised.
Yeah, Annie Vet's not that old.
I know.
What'd you do? Did you
I'm not going there, but.
Oh goodness. Hey,
Arlene and I were cradle robbers, so yeah, that's just what we are.
We're gonna wrap this up within the next 10 or 15 minutes. Do you guys have any questions that you want to ask us or share anything about your experiences moving to Mexico, etc.? Please just throw us a chat message here. Was there anything we need to bring up that's coming up recently?
This weekend's video will be the Centro of La Crucecita.
Yeah, this weekend's video, I don't know how well it's going to do. It's still about La Crucecita and Huatuco, which are both hot spots as far as video views go. I didn't have quite enough stuff to make an interesting, long, exciting video, so we're like, let's just do about Centro. And so we just talked about Centro and what it's like there. Uh-oh.
No, I'm just saying that it's one of those things that it's a small Centro, but it has a lot of restaurants, a couple bars, a lot of tiendas, the canestarias, the panaderias, the fruteras. I mean, fruterias. I mean, it's because there is no real mercado.
There's no real mercado in Central and Huatuco.
No. So we sort of did this, and then 2 weeks will be the Huatuco wrap up.
The wrap up video. So
with the
money will be in 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Not even quite 2 weeks. This weekend is the Huatuco Centro.
10 days.
10 days will be the money wrap up. And then we're going to have our Airbnb here in Oaxaca.
Which is interesting.
It's an interesting Airbnb, yes. Wait, what's up? What's up here? Lisa and I are trying to get our luggage down to a total of 5 checked bags, 1 being my golf clubs. Mark actually let his golf clubs go. I was a little surprised that you didn't keep them in storage or something.
Nope.
He hadn't played in a while, so I guess that was part of the decision.
It just was one of those where, why would I lug them all around?
Well, in storage, we could have kept them in
I know,
storage.
but
he ended up getting them sold. So
yeah.
Yeah.
And if we ever reach the point, because here's the thing, golf is not cheap. No matter where you are, golf is not cheap. So if we ever reach the point where I'm going, all right, we're in a position where I'm going to start playing golf again, buy a new set and go. So
okay.
And that's if my health.
Terry and I cannot wait until you come to Puerto Vallarta. We move in January. All right.
I think it's about a year from now.
About a year.
About a year.
Year and a half.
Roughly.
Yes.
Early 2020, early 26? Somewhere around there.
I don't know. I don't have the schedule right now. I can look it up real quick.
I think that's right. Early 26 or late 25.
I know that we're looking to massage this a little bit and try to maybe get one extra month in San Luis Potosí somehow, but we got to look and see how this goes. Puerto Vallarta is winter. Yeah, January to March 2026.
That's what I thought.
Roughly. And that might change a little bit. We'll see.
That may lose a month.
Or a couple of weeks.
Or a couple of weeks. Because
we got to work around, because all the rest of our stays after our long stay in Querétaro are between 1 and 2 months each.
And well, yes and no. I mean, we took Loreto, San Jose del Cabo, and La Paz, and we combined that into, because we're just going to go to La Paz and then.
No, we could.
Yeah, I mean, so.
And then we'll visit the others.
Right,
maybe.
and then we can steal a month there and throw that into.
But it's still looking like it's going to be January and March 2026. So it's
early 26. Yeah.
Yeah, and yes, we are, Mark.
we lucky people.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm looking forward to being in a place for a long enough period of time where I can have people over for dinner and cook them a meal.
I'm looking forward to actually being someplace where you can totally 100% unpack.
That's true too.
The kitchen shit.
Every time we go somewhere, there's always some.
We're always living out of some type of bag.
There's always something that we're not unpacking. For instance, when I have been in cooler locations, I don't unpack my shorts or my swimsuits or my lighter clothing. And when I'm in hot places, I don't unpack my cooler attire.
Speaking of coolers.
Speaking of coolers. And that's just some of them. And there are a few things that we were just talking today that, the topic was brought up by one of our subscribers, Julia, about maybe doing a video on things that.
And we're going to.
And we will. Probably when we're in Querétaro. Things that we brought that we find we didn't need to bring.
One of the things that we appreciate from all you guys is you guys ask us questions or give us suggestions.
Yep.
And those type of things. Right now we're going to be in Querétaro for 6 months.
Yeah.
So we got a 6-month window where we're going, okay, what are we going to do for content for 6 months?
We'll find something.
And there's things that we've wanted to do, wanted to release, wanted to do, record or visit, and we haven't because of the fact that, we need to do this, then we need to do this, we need to do this. And so suddenly it's like, we have video in the can that we haven't touched from some, Chichen Itza.
Well, it's not in the can, but
it's recorded.
Yes.
Yeah. That's available. But, there are other things, one of the ones I would like to probably look at again doing is we did this, that our top 10 YouTubers.
Yes. We could revisit that.
Way back.
Who are our top 10 YouTubers?
2+ years ago.
I go back and look at that list now, and the majority aren't even making videos anymore.
Half of them.
The majority.
Well, half. Brighton's, I mean, half.
Okay, half is not a majority.
Thank you.
Is not a majority, but I'm saying the majority don't even make videos anymore that are on our list. There might be 2 or 3 that are still making videos.
And some of them have left the country.
Yeah.
I mean, they're doing content, but we're not paying any attention to it because it's not Mexico. So
right. That's true.
Yeah.
And then I'm trying to think what else. Oh yeah, we got to revisit the gadgets. We had people who made some really.
We've had a couple.
We had some people make some very sarcastic comments about our gadgets video, and they're just trolling. But the thing is it's turned out to be very accurate. And now we can actually say, you know what?
Right, we've been here 2 years.
We've been here 2 years now, and we found this is still true. So,
and I would say that just off the top of my head, and I haven't watched that video since in 2 years, 9 out of the 10 are still very accurate.
Yeah, probably the power supply would not be, because all a power supply really does is back up.
The surge protector is important.
Yeah, but not a power supply.
Not a power supply.
The power
Correct.
supply is just there long enough to give you power to shut down.
Correct.
So that's not even worth it. But everything else,
not for the weight of it. No.
Everything else on there was accurate. And of course, like you said, we've got videos that I haven't edited them, but they're recorded. We've got a couple smaller Pueblo Mágicos that we've never released, like Mani, for example. We've got a handful of Yucatan archaeological sites that we never released. Things like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it's going to be interesting what we're going to find when we are there in Querétaro. It's going to be a little bit of a different way of life, because we're going to have a different attitude,
a different perspective after having been there, and it's not all new. Yeah. And
there's not 5, 6, 7 weeks from now we're loading the car and we're moving again. I mean, that's if you notice a total difference in our attitude when we get to Querétaro, it's not because of Querétaro necessarily. Part of it could be. Part of it also could be to all of you and our friends who live there. But the other part's going to be, I ain't loading that damn car for another 6 months. Yes.
Yeah. I have a great restaurant for Mark. Can get a great steak. Ooh.
We all about getting a good piece of meat there.
That's right.
Especially if they know how to cook it.
And okay, so jet lag. There's 2 great Pueblo Mágicos just outside Puerto Vallarta called Mascota and San Sebastián. Okay, amazing towns. Well, we like doing the Pueblo Mágicos.
Yes, we do.
We do. And they make for good content as well. But it's interesting to travel around and see those as well.
Yeah, because one of our 50 over 1,000 videos is Tequisquiapan.
Love Tequisquiapan. Tequis is just one of my favorite places we've visited.
Mm-hmm.
It really is.
And we never have a problem going there because, that's right, my cigars are
pretty close.
Pretty close.
I live in a Pueblo Mágico. Yes, you do, Debbie. I think I know who you mean, Greg. I think is he German or Dutch? I think I know who you mean.
I have no clue.
There was a guy who would do a lot of videos.
Yeah.
Remember the guy who swam out too far?
Yes.
And he knew he swam out too far.
Okay, yeah. The one from Cabo San Lucas that was like, oops, I was trying to go out here and there's a reason they put the.
Oh, Alma. Did you find a place to rent a Querétaro? Yes, we did. It is not where we wanted it to be. But we'll just deal. It is what it is. We found a couple of options. We did find one in the neighborhood I love the most, Calesa, but it was a walk up and it was going to be on the second or third floor. And it had good parking, safe parking, but it was still outside parking. So we decided against that one because we found one closer to Wilfredo, just outside of Millennium 3. I forget, it's between Milenio and Mirador. And it was a reasonable rate,
Even
on Airbnb.
even with the assistance that we may have gotten in unloading, 3 sets of stairs up and then 3 sets of stairs down. We've done that. Don't want to do it
Don't
again.
want to do it again. So
and then the whole part of that also becomes, okay, so we go to the HEB, we go to Walmart, we go to here. It's 3 flights down to the car.
yeah,
It's 3 flights back up with the stuff. Oh, we got more stuff than we can have in one carry. So it's 3 up, 3 down, 3 up. I mean, it just, no.
yeah, it's a lot.
It told us one thing. When it's time to pick a spot to retire, if it is a condominium, which that's fine, it's either ground floor or an elevator.
Yeah.
No ifs, ands, or buts.
Yeah, for sure. We ended up with a townhouse.
Yeah.
We're in a gated community and it's a townhouse.
We,
And we have 3 levels and a deck.
and we were actually,
patio.
we were down to 2. They were very, one was a little closer to Centro, but it was in a condominium building. And then we had the townhouse. The deciding factor was the townhouse, 2 things. Number one, if the internet's not that good, we have the ability to put Starlink up because we have the entire top to bottom. We have access to the roof.
Yeah, that's right. That was a deciding factor.
And because the money was basically the same and everything else, and it was like, okay. And quite honestly, one, we could back the car right up to the door. And the other, we were going to have underground parking and then have to load
an
elevator. But that means securing the car, locking the car, loading the elevator, and versus.
Yeah.
I mean, and those little things make a world of difference.
I mean, it was a really nice place that he's talking about. It had all the pool, the gym, all the little amenities, but it was the fact that if the internet wasn't good and I needed good internet, I can't stick my dish out. So we took the townhouse. Neither one was super, super close to Centro, but they aren't that far away. So.
And folks, the one I turned down actually had a cigar bar.
It did. They had a cigar bar.
But
let's see. And a couple that were slow traveling Europe have now arrived in Mexico. They're starting right there where you are. I want to know who that is, Greg. If you could please give me the couple, I would be interested in looking them up. And I see that you're saying that William was Swedish. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. I remember him.
GringosRUs.com. Contact us.
Where are we at, huh?
On this one. You said contact us. Go to GringosRUs.com.
No.
Oh, okay.
No, I didn't. I said I'd like to know who these people were. If you could tell us who they were, like this channel, if you wouldn't mind adding it.
Okay.
So, Arlene, is El Pueblito a Pueblo Mágico or a Barrio Mágico? I thought it was a Barrio Mágico because it's part of Querétaro.
No, it's not.
I swear I saw Annie Vet send me a picture saying that it was a Barrio Mágico or something.
Oh, actually, Barrio Mágico.
Okay. Oh, there you go. Barrio Mágico. Yeah. Yeah. I think it's cool that they're doing that now. And we stayed in a Barrio Mágico when we were in Merida. So,
one of the very first ones to be designated that way.
Yeah. See. Mexico Adventure. You're right down the road from me. San Miguel is just between us. Come to the area.
Welcome to the area.
Welcome to the area. Who? Us? Us. Right now we are in Oaxaca. And then we're here for 3 months, and then we're going to be in Puebla for 1 month. And then we're coming to Querétaro for 6 months. So, and we've been to San Miguel. We love San Miguel.
And we will be back in San Miguel during our 6 months.
So where are you at, Mexico Adventure? If San Miguel is between you and Querétaro, are you?
That could be Leon. That could be San Luis Potosí.
Yeah, let us know where you are. Does Ernie Baca know you're here yet? I'm sure he and his wife would love to see you.
We're not in Querétaro yet.
Yeah, we're not there yet. But when we get to Querétaro, we're going up to see Ernie for sure.
And I can tell you this, it's going to be interesting. By the time we get up there and we get a chance to meet with Ernie and everything, with all he has going on, it's going to be really fun because it will have been 3 years since he did that first interview. I know that's hard to wrap your brain around. 3 years since he did that first interview with us. And so, Ernie took us across the border and everything else. And then at that point, he was staying, in Monterrey because we were like, we'll catch up with you in a couple months because we're going to be in San Miguel de Allende. Yep. Oh, no, we're building the house in Monterrey and they're going to be there. So we haven't seen Ernie since he waved by at us at the Kyoto Auto Moteles in Monterrey.
Oh, gosh, that was funny.
Yeah.
He helped us make our first Love Motel reservation.
He was like, give him 1,000 pesos. Okay, here you go.
Thank you. So, okay, Greg, it's Brian and Carrie. Thank you. Thank you for that. All right, so you are between San Miguel and Dolores Hidalgo. We probably drove right past where you were because when we were in San Miguel, we visited Dolores Hidalgo twice.
That stretch of highway is where we saw
Magnolia Estates.
Open house.
Yeah, that's funny. It was all written in English.
Yep.
But yeah, we've been to Dolores Hidalgo twice. I really liked it there.
We love Dolores Hidalgo.
Man, I love the ice cream I got there. Oh man.
And I don't know if you found it yet, but Fruity.
The restaurant?
The restaurant
Fruity.
In Dolores Hidalgo. Thumbs up on that. That was a very good.
Very good.
Yeah, we will be in December 10th, I think, is when we arrive in Querétaro.
Yeah. Okay, so Tom, take care. Be safe. Got to get my car inspected tomorrow.
Come see us, brother.
Hey, we're here. We're going to be here for Day of the Dead. I know. 3 years and time flies. Yes.
I mean, it's like that was March of 2022, and it's rapidly coming up on March 2026. And that's probably about the time we'll catch up with Ernie. And it's going to be like, wow, 3 years?
Yeah. So
and it's been almost 2 years since we've seen him.
It'll be nice to see him again. It's been a while. All right, guys, we're wrapping it up because it has been, 2 hours and 40 minutes. 2 hours and 40 minutes. Oh, Fruity. Yep. My friend Julio is one of the owners. All right. Yes, we do like that restaurant.
That is a fantastic restaurant.
It's really good. Very good. All right. And that's it. We are wrapping it up. Oh, wait, hold on. One more. We have a house in San Miguel. Oh, okay. You guys are making connections. I love that.
That's what it's all about.
That is the best part. When you guys get together here.
Yeah, if you get your tiles made, you get them made at Dolores Hidalgo.
That's right. That's right. It's a lovely town. It could even be potentially a consideration, but all right. Hey, you guys have a great night. Thank you so much for being here and celebrating with us. We're excited and we're looking forward to the future and the growth. And I'm just going to keep on getting better at processing those videos. I'm enjoying it. I'm learning a lot. I'm glad that it's starting to show. So, and we've got so much more to do yet. We're halfway through this journey and we wouldn't be here.
That's all?
What?
That's all?
Oh, yeah. We wouldn't be here.
I mean,
we would not be here.
My energy level sometimes goes Oh God.
I know. If it wasn't for you guys, though, this would not
You
be
guys,
happening.
you guys do put air in our tires to keep us rolling
For
down the
sure.
road. Trust me.
For sure. So we will see you again in 2 weeks.
Dos semanas.
2 weeks, 5 Central Mexico, unless the time has changed. But it will always be 6 Central US. That's the time. 6
Yes.
Central. 6 Central US time.
No.
Yeah.
No.
No?
No. It'll always be 5 Central Mexico. Because when they fall back, it'll be 5 Central US. 5 Central Mexico. We are here.
Okay. 5 Central Mexico.
Yes.
I'll try to keep it straight, guys. But right now, that's what it is. We're going to try to keep it the same. Sorry.
We're showing up in the studio at 5 p.m. wherever we are in Mexico. So,
Viva Mexico. Viva.
Adios.
Viva. Adios.